Brothers of Wrestling podcast. Just book it.
Welcome back to the Brothers of Wrestling podcast with your host Logan and
Hayden.
And today we bring you another Just Book It. It is the month of May, the fallout from WrestleMania. So many things happened at WrestleMania. Bunch of title changes. No title was saved except for Super Cena.
There's one title. One man above the rest.
Need to find out. We need to find out what the Raw after Mania, the Ram, is all about. So, hey, take it away.
The Ram. Okay. Okay, so we're on Raw week 17. This is the Raw after WrestleMania, and we're starting it off hot with the Intercontinental Championship on the line. Drew McIntyre taking on the Money in the Bank winner, Finn Balor.
Okay, former champ.
Finn gets his rematch from last week, right before WrestleMania, where he lost the title to Drew in that triple threat match. So now we're getting the rematch here. So it starts out quick. Finn's got all the advantage. He's got all the confidence now with the Money in the Bank. Starts attacking Drew. Starts attacking him in the corner. Drew pushes him off. Hits him with the kiss. Finn's down. Drew starts beating on him hard. He starts wearing him down. Catches him. And then he takes him up for a superplex off the top. Finn hits him with a knee to the head. Knocks him off the top rope. Setting up the coup de grace. Goes for it, but Drew rolls out of the way. He rolls through. Finn rolls through. And then Drew catches him with the Claymore on the way back around. Drew pins him 1, 2, 3. And Drew retains. Finn's still Money in the Bank. They're pretty beat up after the Money in the Bank match, but Drew retains the Intercontinental Championship to start out this Raw after WrestleMania pretty hot. So then we go back out to the ring where Eric Bischoff comes out, and he's celebrating WrestleMania. He said that Raw was the #1 brand. They had the best matches. They had the best outcomes. Everything for Raw is looking up after WrestleMania. He's excited for the future, and he's here to announce a few things that are going to be coming up here. He announces first that this is a new era of Raw after WrestleMania. We're going to be seeing crazy new things happen. We're going to be seeing new people. We're going to be seeing debuts. We're going to be seeing new champions. And he also announces that tonight starts a tag team tournament for the #1 contendership at Backlash.
Ooh, okay. Now
that we have the New Day out of the way after the Lucha Bros pulled off the win. So he says that he's excited for this new future of the Raw brand. And he knows all the fans in attendance will be too. So then we come back out and we got Rey Mysterio coming out to the ring. Booyaka booyaka.
Mm-hmm.
And Rey comes out and he's ready to finish this feud with The Miz. And Miz comes out and he's got JD with him. But Miz is dressed in a suit.
Ooh, fancy.
And Rey's like, what's going on? What are you doing? And Rey says The Miz is too chicken to actually face him in a match. And The Miz says, it's true that they had a match tonight, but Bischoff allowed him to have a replacement because of WrestleMania. The Miz sprained his ankle. So The Miz is allowed to have a replacement for his match tonight. And he says it's someone that Rey will have a really good time looking up to. And we get some big time rock music going, and it is the debut of Omos.
Okay.
Omos is coming out.
Here we go.
And now Miz has a new bodyguard in Omos.
So he's got JD and now Omos?
He's starting his own little tiny faction.
Okay.
He has a new version of the Miztourage. He's got Omos, he's got JD, he's got the biggest guy and the smallest guy.
And he's got the largest head. JD's got the largest
He's got 2 giant heads. So Omos comes down and Rey's, looking at him like, oh, crap.
That's a pretty good visual. That's like Cully and Rey.
So Rey kicks him in the leg, kicks him again in the leg. He goes to run off the ropes. Omos clotheslines him. He picks him up, choke slam Rey, puts his foot over top of him. 1, 2, 3. Omos squashes Rey
Man,
Mysterio like a
Hall
bug.
of Famer.
Miz gets in the ring. He picks him up. Skull crushing finale on Rey. Rey is out cold. Miz is laughing. And then he gets on the mic and says, I'm the Miz. And I'm awesome.
Man, I didn't know we were
So
going back to
now
2011.
he's going all out for this new little run he's got going on. Then we got the first match in our World Tag Team Number One Contender tourney. We got the War Raiders taking on Pretty Deadly. So Pretty Deadly come out, War Raiders come out, and basically the War Raiders just squash them here.
The
War Raiders beat them up. Pretty Deadly gets a few shots in, but the War Raiders basically just obliterate them. Hit their tag finish on Kit, take him out, pin him. 1, 2, 3. War Raiders are moving on to the next round of the number one contender tournament.
Okay.
Then we move on, and we have Jade coming out, the new women's champion.
Yeah, she had a big win.
She comes out, and she is out to celebrate her giant victory at WrestleMania. She comes out, she says that she is the new poster child for what a woman should look like. And she says that she's going to carry this title forever and never be able to lose it because no one can beat her.
I believe it.
And then we get Charlotte's music playing. And Charlotte makes her way up to the ring. She gets in the ring. She stares down Jade. They're looking at each other. She takes the mic and says, I want my rematch. And then walks off.
Whoa.
And that's how we end that.
Okay.
Then we're in the back. And Damian Priest goes into Eric Bischoff's office. And Damian Priest goes, it was a tough match. He was in the pre-show 6-man tag. He said he really wanted to be in the Money in the Bank, but he couldn't make it in there. But he really wants to try to make. He said he heard Bischoff say that this is a new era of Raw, and he wants to try to make an impact in this new era. And Bischoff says that he's willing to let Priest have a chance to make an impact tonight. So he's going to give him a false count anywhere match against a guy he's very familiar with. So it's going to be Damian Priest one-on-one in a false count anywhere match against Aleister Black.
Ooh.
So Bischoff looks at him and says that match is next.
Oh, Bischoff.
So Priest heads out to the ring. Black gets out there, and they're going at it. They go straight out to the outside. They go into the crowd. They're fighting in the crowd, back and forth, knocking each other out. Priest hits a spin kick that knocks Black down the stairs of the arena. And then Black hits a sliding clothesline down the guardrail.
Nice.
That takes out Black. They start to come back. Black gets an advantage. He gets up on top of the barricade and hits his double knees to the chest on Priest. Knocks him down. They start to make their way back into the ring. Priest grabs a chair, hits Aleister with it in the head. He's going to break the announce table. He starts taking the stuff off the announce table. He's going to put Black through it. But all of a sudden, he turns around and he's getting attacked by 2 hooded figures.
No, not hooded figures.
Yeah, I stole your gimmick. 2 hooded figures are attacking him. And they're laying him out. And then they both pick him up on the by his legs, double powerbomb through the table.
No, man, Shield?
Then they grab Aleister Black and they put him on top of Priest. And they get the 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black beats Damian Priest.
Unbelievable.
The 2 hidden figures are standing there. So they roll back in the ring. Priest rolls back in the ring. He takes a microphone and says that he's been undervalued on Raw since he's been here. And that it's time for him to take over. And there's only one way to do that, and that's to look at his family. And to look at the House of Black. And he looks at the 2 men. He tells them to take the masks off. And it's Karrion Kross and Andrade.
Okay.
They're both here. And then they all stand there and they raise their fist in the air. Boom. House of Black is now taking over Raw.
Okay.
Aleister Black.
All right.
Andrade. Karrion Kross. They're coming in hot
I'm with it.
to take over. Bischoff said there was going to be big time debuts in this new era of Raw, and we have got a lot of them tonight. So
You should have had that storyline drag out a little bit longer. I mean, masked men taking their
nope,
masks off in one night. What are we
nope,
doing
no, we don't build that up. We give them fans
here?
a quick gratification to that. So now we've got the House of Black with Alistair and Andrade and Karrion
That's
Cross. A
pretty
weird
crazy.
little mix of guys,
Some
but
big free agent signings. You're using some chips.
yeah, a couple guys that weren't even in the
Chips?
WWE. So using up my chips to get some of these guys in here. So now we got that. Now we move on, and now we have the big time grudge match that came from WrestleMania. We have Jordan Grace taking on Naomi, and at WrestleMania in the pre-show, Jordan Grace was taking on Lash Legend, and Naomi was in her
Oh,
corner.
that's right. Forgot about that.
And then Naomi betrayed her and joined the Culture Shock.
That's right. Yeah.
So now Jordan Grace is looking for revenge tonight. And Naomi comes out and she's got Nia and Tamina with her. And so it goes back and forth. Jordan's just overpowering her. But Naomi's a veteran. She comes back, she hits a few shots. She hits her spin kick, she hits the big boot, the big booty to the face.
The rear
She
view.
started making the rear view. Starts making a comeback, but Jordan Grace is just too powerful for her. She starts overpowering her, suplexing her, throwing her all around the ring. She goes to run at her, but Nia grabs her foot, turns around. Naomi lays her out, pins her. 1, 2, 3. The Culture Shock's numbers were too much for Jordan
Man, it's
Grace.
culture shock.
Naomi gets the win. So now we go back to the back, and John Cena with his titles walking out here. Later tonight, he's going to come out.
Cena's basically looking like that dude from SpongeBob that's in the full body cast at this point.
He's fine. He doesn't have a scratch on him. He's Super Cena. And he's walking backstage with the title, and Eric Bischoff comes up to him. And then he reaches his hand out, and he shakes John Cena's hand, and he says he's happy that John Cena was able to come out on top of Brock Lesnar. And he congratulates him for what he did.
Mm-hmm.
What he did. But he says that Cena's luck's going to run out sooner rather than
That's
later.
I knew he wasn't going to be fully
And
complimentary.
Cena's time is up. So Cena just kind of looks at him, and then as Cena's walking away, Bishop does the "You can't see me"
Nice.
to Cena's back. So then we come back out, and we got Sami Zayn in the ring.
Ooh.
Sami Zayn's coming out here. He couldn't pull off the big win at WrestleMania. He was in the was he in the Money in the Bank?
I think
Oh
so.
my
Yeah,
God,
because
I think so.
him
Yeah,
and
he
Braun
was in the
Breaker had
Money in
their
the Bank.
stuff.
I had to remember if he was in it or not.
No,
He was in the Money in the Bank. So he was in there, and he just couldn't pull it out. But he's ready to take his next step. And tonight he has a mystery opponent. So he's standing out in the ring. He's waiting. And then the music hits, and the fans start freaking out, and they start going, "Whoop that trick! Whoop that trick!" And Trick Williams makes his Raw debut.
Okay.
And he comes out, gets in the ring. He looks at Sammy. Sammy looks at him, and Trick kind of looks around at the crowd. He smiles, takes his coat off, and they start going at it. Back and forth, great athleticism in this match. Back and forth. Sammy's trying to hit the Luva kick in the corner. Trick's dodging it. Hits him with a crossbody off the top rope, knocking Sammy down. Clothesline Sammy. Hits drop kicks. Sammy rolls out to the outside. Trick goes for the suicide, hits it on Sammy into the tables. He's getting all the momentum. He throws it back in the ring. But Sammy reverses him, hits the Blue Thunder Bomb on him. 1, 2, Trick kicks out. Still surviving. Then he's looking for Sammy's looking for the haluva kick in the corner. He's about to hit it on him. He's setting him up. Trick's kind of taking a while to get up. And then he goes for it. Misses the kick in the corner.
No.
Dodges it. Turns around. Trick shot to the face. knocks him out. Sammy's out cold. 1, 2, 3. Trick
All
Williams
right.
in his Raw debut picks up the win over Sami Zayn.
I like it.
And the fans keep going, whoop that Trick, all the way while he's making his way to the back. So then we got a 6-man tag coming up in our main event tonight. It's champions versus challengers. It's the tag team champions of the Lucha Bros teaming up with Becky Lynch to take on the sore losing New Day and Tiffany Stratton.
That's new. They keep finding their way in these matches.
They're trying to make their way back to the title.
What kind of pull do they have backstage
the...
with Bischoff?
Oh, don't worry. That'll be addressed here in a little bit later on. So 6-man tag. It starts out. Becky wants to start out the match, so her and Tiffany are getting ready to start, but then Tiffany runs over the corner and tags in Kofi. So then Becky gets out and Penta gets in. Penta walks up to Kofi, hits the Ceremieto in his face.
Nice.
Then Kofi looks at him and he slaps him across the face.
Disrespectful.
Penta can't believe it. He's looking around and he super kicks Kofi right in the face, knocks Kofi down. Then Woods gets in the ring, but Penta dodges it and Phoenix hits a springboard crossbody onto Xavier Woods, takes him out. They roll to the outside. Penta is getting attacked now by Kofi from behind because he was distracted by what happened with Phoenix and Woods. And Kofi tries to take him out, spear him through the ropes. But Becky makes a blind tag on Penta while they roll outside the ring. Becky gets in the ring with Tiffany. Tiffany goes at her, but Becky reverses it, hits the Beck Exploder. 1, 2, 3. Becky beats Tiffany. Tiffany can't believe it. She's freaking out. She didn't even see it coming. It happened so fast. So Becky's celebrating in the ring. The Lucha Bros and New Day were fighting to the back already. And then all of a sudden from behind, Tiffany attacks her, lays her out, starts beating her down, hits the prettiest moonsault ever on her, and lays Becky out, holds up the title and says she should be the U.S. champion.
Okay.
And throws it down on Becky and then gets out of the ring.
I like it.
So now we have our last thing of the night. It is the celebration of the champ, John Cena. And he comes out and he just starts off by saying that he is so happy that the champ is still here. And so he's talking about how he overcame all the odds and he defeated the Beast and that he's still your WWE champion and still is going to try to keep the title for his whole retirement tour. That's his goal, is to hold up the entire retirement tour. And he said he couldn't have defeated the Beast and kept his title if it wasn't for all the fans in the crowd. And just then, burn it down! And Seth Rollins makes his way out, flanked by his new manager, Paul Heyman. And Seth stands there and says, Cena's going to have a hard time holding that title all the way until the end of his retirement tour because he is the new number one contender. He's the one that defeated Randy Orton and AJ Styles, and he is the greatest wrestler in the company today. And now that he has his new vision of the future, he's going to annihilate Cena and destroy anyone that gets in his way of what he is going to turn Raw into for what he believes Raw should be. So then Cena starts telling him, you can't do that. There's no way you can beat me. I beat you already before. You got nothing. And Seth said, times have changed, Cena. I have a whole new vision for what we're doing now. And then all of a sudden, you get Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and Logan Paul surround the ring. They all get up on the apron. Seth makes his way down. He gets up on the apron. They got Cena surrounded. Cena's looking around. Cena kind of smirks. He starts counting them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he says, whatever. And he grabs Logan Paul and throws him in the ring. And starts beating on Logan Paul. And then he turns around, but he gets speared by Braun Breaker. And Cena's down. And then Bronson Reed hits a tsunami on him. And then they hold Cena's lifeless body up. And Seth's getting ready. He's standing. He's seething to hit the stomp on Cena. All of a sudden, Randy Orton slides in the ring. and he starts going after Seth. AJ Styles slides in the ring. He starts going after Braun Breaker, and Sheamus slides in the ring,
Sheamus.
and he starts taking on Bronson Reed. And they all start beating on him and knocking him out, and all the divisions start running to the back. And Randy Orton and AJ and Sheamus stand tall. AJ helps Cena to his feet, and they all stare at each other. And they're like, come on, Vision, come on. Seth's freaking out. He can't believe that they came out to help Cena. He's screaming at him. And then Orton turns around and Cena's standing there. And Orton looks at Cena and he puts out his hand. And Cena's looking around. The crowd's
No,
freaking out.
he's not gonna do
AJ's
it.
standing there. Sheamus is standing there. They're looking at him like, what's going to happen? Cena takes Orton's hand. They shake hands. And then
What?
Cena raises Orton's hand up. And that's how Raw ends. With the
Wow.
faces standing tall. Seth Rollins is screaming. Bronson Reed's holding him back. He's like got him around the waist, holding him back. Seth's ticked that they ruined his night.
Shaking his hand?
Yep, shaking his hand. Orton finally went full on face.
Wow. After
So,
what he did the first 3 months?
yep. Cena forgave him.
Man.
That's wrestling for you. And now we move on to SmackDown 17.
Man.
SmackDown after Mania.
You used a lot of chips there. You're running out.
I got one left.
All right. So SmackDown Week 17. We had some big things happen at WrestleMania for SmackDown brand. So we open SmackDown with the new World Heavyweight Champion Carmelo Hayes. His music plays, and he comes down to the ring. The crowd erupts in boos, and Melo's just smirking and smiling, and he's walking his way down to the ring. He grabs a mic, but he can't. He starts to bring it up to his mouth, but he can't get it because the crowd is just going crazy. But they're deafening boos. They're so upset with what Melo did to get the world title. But he's finally, after a while, he's finally able to speak, and he starts saying how he feels vindicated for winning the world championship the way that he did because he proved he was right. He proved that he was right about the fact that anyone can become a main eventer. You just need to step up and take your moment. He goes on to brag and say how it was so easy to manipulate Punk and Regal and how it was way too easy to take the title from Punk. And then just then, CM Punk's music plays. Punk's music plays and the former world champion marches to the ring. And he's angry. He's got a microphone, and he
slowly.
what?
I say he's marching slowly.
Yeah, he's marching slowly. He's still pretty beat up, but he starts to go and speak, but just as he's about to, Melo cuts him off, doesn't let him speak, and Melo asks Punk why he's even out there. What are you doing here?
Pipe bomb.
He lost the match, so he's got no business being out here. Like, why are you out here? Then Gunther's music plays. And Gunther starts coming out.
Okay.
Gunther says that he agrees with Melo. He says Punk doesn't deserve to be out here. Why is he out here? But then he says he does. He put Roman Reigns down at WrestleMania. And now he feels he's owed the world championship. And as he's saying that, Obafemi music plays. And here comes the ruler. He grabs a mic and he starts preaching about how it's just a matter of time before the ruler claims his throne. So
He's
Punk, what?
He's dancing.
He's doing his Oba dance down to the ring, obviously. So Punk, Gunther, and Femi, they start arguing with each other, but as they're arguing, they kind of like form a little mini circle, and Melo kind of like quietly exits the ring, gets out towards the announce table.
Smart.
So then William Regal comes out, and Regal says that there's so much interest in the world title picture right now that we're gonna have a little tournament. But a tournament with a twist.
Okay.
So we're going to have a tournament with a point system. Each wrestler will wrestle each other one time with the winner earning 1 point. At the end of all that...
Climax.
What?
A G1 climax?
Yeah, little G1 climax action. At the end of all that, all three men will face off in a triple threat. And that was worth 2 points. Whoever wins the match and whoever has the most points will face Carmelo Hayes at Bad Blood. The crowd's going crazy. They're so excited for this tournament. Gunther, Femi, and Punk start staring each other down, arguing, yelling at each other, and Mello kind of just looks shocked outside the ring because he's like, "What? How is this possible? What are we doing here?"
Mm-hmm.
So then we cut to commercial break, and when we come back, we're backstage, and we see the new women's world champion, Liv Morgan.
Nice.
She's talking with Raquel and Roxanne when, of course, Dom's gonna walk up.
Of course.
And we had a little bit of a breakup at WrestleMania. Liv broke up with Dom, said it was over because Dom thought he was doing the right thing, but he was in turn costing Liv all of her stuff and almost costing her.
Mm-hmm.
And Liv realized that she could do it on her own. So Dom trying to talk to Liv, but she won't listen. She's not having it. Dom keeps trying, and then Liv says, "Stop. We're done, Dom. I got nothing to say to you." And then she leaves,
Ouch.
leaving Dom behind when Rhea walks up.
Oh.
And she kind of like puts her hand on his back shoulder area, and she asks if he's okay, but Dom just kind of stands there, and then he just walks away without saying anything.
Oh.
So our first match of the night, we've got a new United States champion, and you know what that means. United States Open Challenge. Ilya Dragunov defending against a random opponent, and that opponent is Chad Gable.
Okay.
Chad Gable comes down to answer the call, answer the open challenge, and these two men battle like gladiators in the ring. They're trading blows. Dragunov's throwing some nasty chops. Gable's returning the favor. Dragunov throws some headbutts. Gable starts hitting some consecutive suplexes. They're both just wearing each other down until they can barely stand. Until Gable sets up for the Chaos Theory, goes for it, but Dragunov turns, reverses into a Torpedo Moscow, hits the H-bomb. 1, 2, 3. Dragunov retains.
Nice.
Backstage, we've got William Regal in his office when Julia comes in, the Women's Intercontinental Champion. And Regal thanks her for meeting with him. So Regal tells her that over the next few weeks, there's going to be a series of matches to determine her next number one contender. The participants will include Roxanne Perez, Asuka, Lyra Valkyria, and Stephanie Vaquer.
Oh, wow.
The winner will face Julia for the Intercontinental Championship at Bad Blood.
That's a pretty good little tourney there.
I know. So next in the ring, we've got Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee. Both men are just balls of athleticism and balls of energy. So they come out firing. They go quick, back and forth, running like a blur across the ropes, just hitting each other like crazy. The fans can't even keep up. It's like watching the Flash and the Reverse Flash. It's crazy. Lee is eventually able to catch Evans with a super kick as Evans is bouncing off the top rope and trying to hit like some crazy move, but he gets hit with a super kick. But then he goes for the cover. Javon kicks out. So now we go trading blows. They're trading some of their best shots, but neither man can get the win. They're trying to go for pins, but just everybody keeps kicking out. Either one keeps kicking out until Dragon Lee gets to his feet. Javon bounces off the top rope and connects with the OG cutter. 1, 2, 3. Javon Evans wins.
Nice. Big time win.
Backstage in the locker room, we've got Jimmy and Jay, the Usos. And Jimmy's asking Jay if he's all good, because we've seen Jay kind of go through this little skid where he's just been kind of in a weird spot. And Jay says, yeah, he's good. He's just got to focus on the match that he's got coming up. And Jay says, after Jimmy says okay, then Jay says, yeet, and he leaves the locker room. So now we go to the ring. Jey Uso versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Okay.
And Jay starts off hot. He's hitting super kicks. He's hitting some of those classic Uso uppercuts. He's taking all these. He's hitting all these shots. But Shinsuke grabs the advantage and begins to just wear down Jay with some of that classic Shinsuke strong style. He starts to remind people why he's called the King of Strong Style. He's hitting some brutal knees, some brutal elbows. He's taking Jay's breath away. Jay is able to eventually get the advantage, take Shinsuke down, climb to the top rope, go for an Uso splash, but Nakamura is able to connect with a knee to Jay's face, taking him down. Jay kind of stammers up to his knees, and that's when Nakamura comes behind him, hits the Kinshasa. 1, 2, 3. Shinsuke wins.
Nice. Good for Shinsuke.
Backstage, we've got Austin Theory and Ludwig Geyser talking. And they're just having a chat when LA Knight walks up. He's coming off of a hot win against Logan Paul.
Mhm.
Knight starts talking trash, just comes up straight up talking trash. No warning, nothing. Just comes up straight talking trash to both men, saying that he's ready for the main event scene. He's been overlooked too many times. He's ready to be in the main event scene. Theory says, all you did was beat Logan Paul. And then Knight says, well, if you don't think I'm big time, why don't you find out next week? Yeah. And it's main event time. In the ring, we've got our first of the three-man tournament match, point matches. CM Punk versus Gunther.
Okay, here we go.
Punk starts the match. He's a little cautious because he knows he's in there with Gunther. Gunther's a man's man. And Punk's got to be, he's a little old now. He's got to be a little careful. But they eventually start going, and Gunther gets into a groove. He starts working over Punk with some chops, chopping him out of his boots. And they're going back and forth for a while, for most of the match really, until Punk starts getting a little gassed. He's starting to get tired, blowing up quick, but he's feeding off the crowd. He's starting to get those adrenaline boosts from the crowd cheering him on. And he's able to catch Gunther with a GTS. 1, 2, but Gunther kicks out. Just barely gets the shoulder up. And now Punk's starting to realize he may not have what it takes. He's starting to think, if a GTS can't beat Gunther when he's tired, what's going to happen?
Nothing. He's done.
So he's getting desperate. He grabs Gunther. He puts him on his shoulders for another GTS, but Gunther slips off the back and locks in the sleeper hold. They fall to the ground, and it looks like Punk is out. He's done. But he's able to just grab the ropes. He just reached somehow. They were too close to the ropes, and Punk got it. He gets to the ropes, and Gunther has to release the hold. But he gets up, and he picks Punk up for a power bomb. But Punk slips out of it, reverses it, and pushes Gunther into the referee. So now the referee gets knocked down, and Punk kind of like is stumbling. Gunther is still in the corner, and then Punk catches Gunther with a kick. And now everybody's down. So Gunther falls down with like an enziguri kick. Punk's down. He's tired. The ref's down.
Yeah.
As Punk and Gunther are down, this is funny because you just did this angle and you're Raw. All of a sudden, 3 hooded figures storm the ring.
Oh, well, you already did a hooded thing.
Yeah, but they're gonna reveal tonight. It's not gonna be.
Oh my god.
I gotta do hooded
hoods.
figure. You can't just have people just storm the ring nonchalant. I already did that with earlier. I didn't know you were going to do hooded figures. But 3 hooded figures storm the ring. 2 of them start beating down Gunther, and they're just taking out Gunther. They're stomping him in the corner. They're beating him down. And then the other one starts going after Punk. So the 2 men that are beating up Gunther, they reveal themselves to be none other than the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Okay.
And as the 3rd man is beating down Punk, he starts beating him down, kicking him, punching him, and then he stands up, reveals himself to be Cody Rhodes. What? The crowd is shocked. What? It's a gasp. It's like when Cody took his jacket off in the cell and it was the torn peck. That's the kind of gasp we hear. Cody gives a smirk, like he always does, grabs Punk by the hair, pulls him up. I mean,
Please
Punk.
tell me he's got black hair.
Oh yeah, of course he's got black hair.
Jet black.
Jet black, like he had in Ring Honor and TNA.
Mm-hmm.
He grabs Punk, gets a good grip of the hair, and just pulls him up. And he brings him to his feet, gets the finger gun, shoots Punk, and then hits him with the crossroads.
Oh.
And the 3 men leave.
Bang Bang Club.
Yeah, a little bang bang. And then Gunther is able to realize what happened, crawl over to him, put his arm over, the ref gets back up, counts the 3, 1, 2, 3, Gunther gets a point.
Nice.
And that is how we end the first SmackDown after WrestleMania. Now to Raw, Week 18.
Cody.
Cody's back.
Oh, man.
Cody's back.
I don't know if there's a more match where I just don't like any of the people in it. Gunther, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes all in the same ring at the same time. My goodness, I would have turned that TV right
It's
off.
your worst nightmare.
All right, now we're moving on to Raw Week 18. We're starting out with the World Tag Team Number One Contender Tournament. We got the House of Black
Already,
standing in
okay.
the ring. And Aleister Black says that he is excited to start this new chapter of Raw with his family. Andrade and Karen Cross, and of course Scarlett's with him.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
And he says that their family is going to start out tonight by advancing in the Number One Contender Tournament.
I believe it.
Andrade and Cross are going to team up, and they're going to take on the team of Damian Priest, who comes out. He's looking for revenge after last week. And he found a tag team partner in Sami Zayn.
Ooh.
So they both come out.
That's
They
an odd
start
tag
to.
team. I like it.
Yeah, they kind of were working together when they were fighting Braun. So they've kind of been working together this whole time. It's kind of just two faces that are kind of
Yeah,
not in
sometimes
the
that
main
can work.
picture.
Yeah.
So we got Zayn and Priest taking on the House of Black of Andrade and Karen Cross. Cross and Priest start the match off. Priest kind of gets the better of him a little bit, but Cross eventually overpowers him. Starts hitting him with some clotheslines, hits him with a suplex. Priest then tags in Sammy. Sammy's hitting. He gets the hot tag. He's beating up Andrade. He's beating up Karrion Cross. And then he's getting ready. He's looking for the Helluva Kick in the corner, but Aleister Black grabs his leg. He kicks him off, but he turns around and Andrade hits the double knees in the corner, squashes him. And then Karrion Cross, he tags in Cross, and then he goes and hits a suicide dive on Priest on the outside. And then Karrion Cross comes in, and he's looking at Sammy. He picks him up. He's going for it. He hits the final prayer to take out.
The final prayer.
Yeah, that's his pump handle sit outside.
Oh, is that what he calls it?
The
Okay.
final prayer.
All right.
So hits that, pins him. 1, 2, 3. The House of Black is moving on in the tag team number one.
You had to look that up. There's no way you just knew that.
What? What? How dare you?
There's no way you knew
How dare
Karrion
you?
Cross's finisher name.
What? Why? Because I just said a modified Pope handle sit outside slam. And that didn't sound. That didn't sound like I just knew it on top of my head. I'm sorry. I don't know. I thought that was like just general knowledge. I'm sorry.
I kind of forgot. He made a super complicated finish. I forgot about that. That's right. His last run, he did do a really complicated move where it was like 2 extra steps it didn't need to be.
It works. So didn't know that I was getting judged.
Well, I mean that's just like I was so shocked that you because I didn't even remember what his finisher name was.
Yeah. Let's just say I knew that.
Okay.
Anyway,
Eric Bischoff.
moving on. So, speaking of Eric Bischoff, he's in the back.
Oh, of course he is.
And in comes Seth and Paul Heyman.
No, no, not these guys.
And Bischoff is super excited to see him.
Of course he is.
He's so happy. He says he is so excited that Seth is taking this step and that he's got this group now and that he's ready to see what the big things Seth has in the future. And Seth just kind of smiles and laughs and says, him and Paul Heyman got everything under control, Eric. Don't worry about it. And he says, what do we have going on tonight? And Eric kind of looks at him and goes, well, I got good news and I got bad news. And he says, you're in the main event tonight. And Seth kind of goes, of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? And then he goes, but it's going to be an 8-man tag where your vision is going to take on John Cena, Sheamus, AJ Styles, and Randy Orton.
That's a loaded main event.
And Seth kind of looks at him like, yeah, that's fine. The vision will take care of itself. And before he leaves, Eric goes, hold on a second. He says, I just wanted to make sure that I'm hoping for a bright vision for Raw. And then he kind of looks at Seth, and Seth kind of just looks at him and winks and walks away.
I don't like this. They're scheming something.
And then we go back out to the ring, and R-Truth's standing there.
Hey!
He's out there. He's talking to the fans. He's waving, singing what's up.
He's probably getting ready for WrestleMania.
And then out, yes, he's ready. He's thinking this is a Money in the Bank qualifying match. That's what's happening. And then out comes Omos.
Oh no.
Miz is with him. JD's with him, and they make their way out. And Omos gets in the ring, and him and R-Truth look up, and R-Truth starts looking up at him, and they start standing on his tiptoes. And he's trying to see if he's close to being as tall as him.
Kind of close.
And then Omos just grabs him by the throat. Two-handed choke slam. 1, 2, 3. Omos with another dominating victory.
Who's
And
gonna
Miz
stop
is
Omos?
cheering. And then Miz gets in the ring and he hits the skull crushing finale.
That's
on
unnecessary.
And knocks Truth down. And then Miz holds up Omos' arm and they celebrate as they make their way to the back. And then we've got a next match is going to be Jade Cargill coming out, the women's champ. And she's going to be taking on Alexa Bliss. And during this match, we have Charlotte Flair on commentary.
Ooh.
And so it starts out, Bliss uses her speed advantage. She gets a few moves in, but then Jade just catches her with a clothesline. She hits her with a few slams and throws her around the ring, basically. And then she picks her up, looks straight at Charlotte, hits her with the Jaded. 1, 2, 3. Stares at Charlotte the entire time. She pins Alexa. And Jade is your winner of the match. And she holds up the title as Charlotte stands up and stares at her. So then we go to the back, and Sheamus is in the trainer's room. And he's kind of talking to the trainer about how, after WrestleMania, he took a beating, and I forget what they had. They had the last match. I had to change it real quick.
They had
the Falls Count
Anywhere match.
Yes, they had the Falls Count Anywhere match. And Sheamus says he's still feeling a little beat up, but he's ready for the 8-man tag tonight. And then Drew walks in. And he looks at Sheamus and he says, it's a shame that you're so beat up lately. It'd be nice to see you out there in the ring. And Sheamus goes, oh, don't worry, fella. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm going to be in the main event tonight. And I'll be bro kicking a few of the Vision's heads off. And Drew kind of smiles and he goes, I am the Intercontinental Champion, and it's a shame that from where we started, Sheamus, that you couldn't keep up with me. And Sheamus just kind of laughs and he goes, yeah, it's a shame, Drew. It's a shame that I have way more world title victories than you do. And Drew just kind of looks at him like, I don't know if that's a fact or not. Neither do I. And Sheamus goes, doesn't matter, fella. I'll always be better than you.
Oof.
And he walks away. And Drew just kind of stands there
Sassy.
staring at him. So then we go back out and we have one last World Tag Team No. 1 Contender Tournament match. It is Alpha Academy taking on the LWO.
All right.
And this is just your little generic little match. LWO hits some big time moves on Tozawa, but gets Otis tagged in. Otis starts taking advantage, hitting some suplexes on him. He sets up for the what's he call it? It's not the worm. It's the
caterpillar. Why do you always forget that?
Caterpillar. I know. I always forget it's a caterpillar because I always want to say slug, and I know it's not slug. But that's what I think of. I think of the slug
because he's fat, so he does the slug.
Well, the caterpillar doesn't really work with the worm. I don't think. It seems weird.
Yeah,
whatever.
Is, yeah.
I mean, what's a fat worm? It looks like a slug. That's what I think of. Anyway, so he hits it. Pins him. 1, 2, 3. Alpha Academy move on in a little throwaway match there in the tourney.
They are the Alpha Babes.
So now they're moving on to the next round. Then we have a huge matchup. We have Bianca Belair taking on Lash Legend.
And
after everything that went down with the culture shock and Bianca, she is ready to take out Lash here tonight. So they go at it, and it's just a brawl. They go at it back and forth, beating each other down. Lash hits her with a few moves, clothesline. Then Bianca hits her. She's getting ready to hit her with the what's she call that?
Which
the
one?
EST.
Oh no, she calls
Bianca.
it the KOD.
KOD, that's what it is. She's getting ready to hit the KOD, but then Naomi gets up on the rope, distracts her. She tries to take Naomi out, knocks her into Tamina and Nia, but they kind of catch her. And then she's getting ready to turn around, and Lash is setting her up, and she hits her with the last extension and pins her. 1, 2, 3 with off the distraction. But then Jordan Grace makes her way out, and she starts beating up on the Culture Shock, and they try to get out of there. And she stands tall in the ring with Bianca as the Culture Shock run to the back. So now they're setting up their big time feud here with Bianca now joining up with Jordan Grace. So then we have, I forgot about this one. This is the last first round matchup in the World Tag Team Number One Contender Tourney. The Miz and JD come out, and they are ready. They have Omos in their corner, and they are ready for this tournament match. And Miz says it doesn't matter who's coming out, they are going to advance. And all of a sudden we get Buika Buika.
Oh.
And Ray's back after last week getting squashed.
But I have
by
all
Omos.
the luchadors. Who do you gonna have?
And Ray says that, he doesn't have the LWO had their own thing going. They were in their tag team tournament as well. So he had to find someone that he didn't know very well, but he thought he'd make a real good addition as a partner out here tonight. Whoop that trick.
Oh man.
Whoop that trick. Trick Williams comes out.
Okay.
And Miz is shocked.
That's an interesting one.
He can't believe it. And so they make their way down the ring. And Ray starts off with the Miz, and he starts beating on the Miz. Miz takes advantage. They do the classic heel tag team stuff, tagging in JD. JD's hitting moves, hitting the suplexes. Then tags back in Miz. Miz is hitting the Bryan kicks. Knox goes in the corner, knocks Ray in the corner. He starts beating Ray in the corner. Ray reverses. He gets the Hurricane Run into the ropes. He's going for the 619. He's running for it, but JD jumps on top of Miz on the outside and takes it from Miz.
Oh, nice. Good job.
So Ray's looking around. So Miz rolls out of the way. So Ray goes over, tags Trick. Trick comes in. He's looking for the trick shot on Miz, but Omos grabs Trick's leg. So Trick turns around. Ray gets up on the top rope, jumps out on Omos, but Omos catches Ray, and then he hits him with a body slam onto the floor. So Ray's out. Trick is walking back. He's watching this happen. Gets caught with the skull crushing finale. Gets pinned. 1, 2, 3. Miz and JD upset Ray and Trick. And they move on in the World Tag Team Tourney.
So Trick's a face because he came out last week and interrupted Sammy and fought Sammy. So
yeah, but he didn't come out as a heel.
Okay,
he just came out as his debut.
Okay,
it wasn't like he came out and cheated Sammy. He just beat him straight up.
All right.
Yes, he's a face right now. Sorry. And then in the back we got the New Day coming into Eric Bischoff's office, and they're ticked off. They are so mad that they are not in this tag team number one contender tournament. And Bischoff goes, "Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, but you lost at WrestleMania, and that was the last chance. That was the last time you and the Lucha Bros were going to go face to face." And the New Day can't believe it. They said that they were cheated out of the titles.
Mm-hmm.
That they didn't really get pinned that many times in the 30-minute Iron match. The ref was counting too fast for him. Yeah. That's not how it should have been. And Bishop goes, "Well, if you want to make a name for yourself around here, you're going to have to make a pretty big impact." And the New Day say, "That's exactly what we're going to do." And they walk out. And as they're walking out, Becky Lynch walks in. And she's got her new U.S. title on her shoulder. And she walks up to Bischoff and she goes, "I just got one thing to say to you, Eric. And then I'm ready for Tiffy time." And she walks away. And Eric goes, "I'm always ready for Tiffy time." Oh, Eric. All right. And now we got our main event.
All right.
We got the Vision coming out. Burn it down, Seth. We got Bronson. We got Braun. And we got Logan Paul with Paul Heyman backing him up. Taking on Sheamus, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and the WWE Champion, John Cena.
It's pretty loaded.
This is a stacked main event. And we start out with AJ and Braun going at it. And they're going at it, and Braun kind of gets the advantage on AJ. AJ's getting a little slow in his old age. But Braun's hitting him, pushing him in the corner, but then AJ reverses him, he does the drop down and then hits the drop kick while Braun's running the ropes. So then he's starting to make a comeback. He tags in Sheamus. Sheamus starts beating on Braun and beats him into the corner. And then he takes him outside the ring, hits him with the, what's he call that? The 10 bells of the...
10 beats of the bell run.
10 beats of the bell run. Yeah, that's what it is. 10 beats of the bell run. He starts hitting Braun with that. But then Logan Paul tries to come over to stop it. And Sheamus clotheslines him to the floor. So then he finishes beating down on Braun, gets him back in the ring. He tags in Orton. And Orton's furious. He's so mad about what happened at WrestleMania. He starts beating down on Braun. He starts hitting the walk around stomps on Braun. And then Bronson Reed tries to come in, and Orton hits him with the drop kick. And then Seth's standing on the corner, and Orton grabs him and throws him in the ring. And Seth's like trying to crawl away from him, and Orton grabs his boot as Seth's trying to crawl out of the ring. And he pulls him back in. But just as Orton pulls him back in, Braun takes him out with the spear. And Seth gets out of the ring. So then Braun has the advantage, but he's still hurt, so he's trying to make a tag. And Orton gets over, and he's trying to make a tag to Cena. And Cena tags in Orton. Seth had got back in the corner. He gets tagged in from Breaker, and they start going at it. And Cena clotheslines him, hits him with the flying shoulder block, hits him with the flying shoulder block again. Then he hits him with the protoplex down, gets the five knuckle shuffle up, but then Bronson comes in. Cena reverses that, hits the protoplex on Bronson right next to Seth. So he puts two hands up, hits a double you can't see me, runs off the rope, hits both, a 10 knuckle shuffle, hits both of them, turns around, Braun's looking for the spear, but he dodges the spear right into Sheamus, who hits the brogue kick on Braun. He's looking to hit Seth with the FU, but then Bronson's getting ready to break it up. But he's running in over to Cena, but out of nowhere, Orton hits the RKO. And then on the outside, AJ does the springboard phenomenal elbow into Logan Paul, who's out on the floor, and knocks him out. And so Cena turns around. He gets Seth Rollins up, goes for the FU, but Rollins reverses it, lays on his feet, turns around to hit the super kick. Cena catches the foot, throws him back down, picks him back up for the FU, hits Seth with the FU. He goes for the pin, but Paul Heyman distracts the ref. Cena gets up, can't believe it. Seth crawls over while Cena's looking at Paul. Cena hits Paul in the face, knocks him down.
Not Paul.
But Seth had crawled over to Logan Paul, tags Logan in. Cena turns around. Logan gets a springboard, goes at Cena, but Cena goes in a crossbody, but Cena catches him, rolls through, picks Logan Paul up, hits the FU on Logan Paul. Seth's trying to go hit the stomp, but as when he's running to hit the stomp, Orton came back in, hit an RKO on Seth this time, knocks Seth out of the ring. Cena pins Logan Paul. 1, 2, 3.
Man.
Cena, Sheamus, Styles, and Orton pick up the win.
Okay.
Over the Vision. But just then, Eric Bischoff comes out. And Eric says, I don't know what just happened there, but that was not really well refed, I don't think. And there's way too much interference in that match. And he thinks the match should be restarted. And Cena can't believe it. He's standing there like, what are you talking about? Nothing happened. There was nothing bad that happened. And Eric goes, it doesn't matter what you think, Cena. I'm the GM and I'm restarting this match. And so Cena goes, just like, can't believe it. He's holding the title. He thought the match was over. He turns around. Braun Breaker hits the spear on Cena. And Cena's down. And then Braun hits another spear on Orton this time on the outside. Orton goes flying into the barricade. He's down. And then Braun gets out on the outside. He starts running. And he's running around the side. And he hits AJ with a spear through the barricade. And knocks AJ out. And then Bronson climbs his way up to the ropes while Cena's knocked down. Tsunami off the top onto Cena. And then he gets back up and Sheamus starts attacking him. And they go brawling outside the ropes to the outside. Well, then Logan Paul had rolled over to his corner, tagged in Seth. And Logan Paul hits a springboard crossbody on both Sheamus and Bronson to the outside. And that just leaves Seth and Cena in the ring. And Cena's trying to get up. He got hit with the spear and the tsunami. And he's kind of gets up to his knees and stop. 1, 2, 3, because of Eric Bischoff, Seth Rollins and the Vision pull off the win to close out Raw Week 18.
That was pretty
And now we
shady
move on
from
to SmackDown.
Bischoff.
Yeah, well, he thought there was a little bit of a ref
It
interference.
seemed like
in
a
that
clean match to
so,
me.
So, a little bit of not paying attention to the guys tagging in and out, he thought. So now we're moving on to SmackDown Week 18.
Okay, well, SmackDown Week 18, how do we follow up with the shock of all shocks that Cody Rhodes is back and he's got his friends with him?
That was shocking.
Well, we open with the American Nightmare music playing. And for the first time since coming back to the WWE, he's booed. And he's booed out of the building. The crowd can't believe the betrayal of Cody Rhodes. And he comes out, he's got the slick suit on, he's got the jet black hair, he's got all the accessories on the suit, he's got like a little pocket watch with a chain and everything. He's got it's a dapper suit.
Makes sense.
And he's got the Good Brothers with him. And they make their way to the ring. Cody grabs a mic, but the boos are still so loud, so deafening. He can't even hear himself think, they're so loud. And Cody says that before he left, he wasn't in the right headspace. He wasn't feeling himself. He needed a reset. He needed his brothers. Cody says that while he was gone, he took some time for himself. He went over to Japan, and while he was over there, he reconnected with Gallows and Anderson. Cody says he came up with a plan while he was over there. And he said the first part of that plan was to send Gallows and Anderson back to SmackDown and cause some chaos and force Regal to sign them, which he did.
He did do that.
And then Cody said the second part of that plan was to make sure that CM Punk lost the World Championship. But then he says CM Punk did that on his own. So that works out for me. And the final part of the plan was to win the World Championship himself. So that's why he chose to return last week when he did.
Okay.
So as Cody's saying all this, William Regal's music hits. And Regal comes down and he starts asking Cody what's going on. He says, this isn't you. This is not who the Cody Rhodes that I know, that I've known for so many years. And Cody cuts him off. And he says, you're wrong, Regal. This is who I've always been. That QB1 stuff was just a cover to appease the higher-ups and to appease the people and their champion. This is who I really am, because I'm a dick.
Oh, he is a dick.
And then Gallows and Anderson take Regal out.
Oh, what?
They pick him up and give him to Cody. Cody turns him to the hard cam, goes for a crossroads, but then Punk storms the ring.
Oh.
CM Punk storms the ring to save Regal. Cody and the Good Brothers get out, and Regal is down on the ground because Cody drops him, and Punk starts checking on him, and Cody and the Good Brothers just start laughing. Man, this Cody, he's a dick.
You just want to say dick.
Yeah, I just want to say.
That's what I think.
I thought it was something Cody would say too, so.
And, yes. It is something Cody would say.
So after all that chaos, we go backstage into the locker room area with Jimmy and Jay.
Okay.
And Jimmy is trying to convince Jay to come back to the tag scene because he feels that Jay needs a change of pace, something to shake him out of the funk that he's in. And Jay, he agrees. He says he'll do it. So Jimmy says, awesome. I'm going to go ask Regal if when he's available, once he gets back from getting taken out, that if he
It'll be a while.
if he can make a match for tonight. So Jimmy goes and leaves, and we follow back to the ring with our first match: Roxanne Perez versus Lyra Valkyria.
Okay, here we go.
Roxanne and Lyra, they're pretty well matched to begin. They neither one can really take the advantage. They control, each one controls a good portion of the match, and then Lyra catches Roxanne with a Nightwing, but Roxanne kicks out at 2. Roxanne hits a Pop Rocks on Lyra, but Lyra kicks out at 2. So Roxanne's starting to get frustrated. She goes for another Pop Rocks, but Lyra reverses into another Nightwing. 1, 2, 3, Lyra wins.
Oh, nice.
Backstage, we the camera pans to the trainer's door, and that's when William Regal exits the room. He's kind of got like a little bag of ice on his neck and everything, and Jimmy comes up to him, and Regal says, "What do you want, Jim?" And Jimmy says, I got a way to get Jay out of the funk that he's been in. We want a tag team match tonight." And Regal says, "Fine, you can have whatever you want. You can have a match against the MFTs." And Jimmy says, "Yeet," and leaves.
Okay.
Back in the ring, it's another edition of the United States Open Challenge.
Okay, here we go.
Ilya Dragunov in the ring awaiting his opponent, and who it is but your boy is Bouncy. Javon
Here we
Evans
go.
answers the call.
Big match.
And Ilya and Javon surprisingly have a lot of pretty good chemistry in the ring. You wouldn't really think that because of the differing styles, but they're pretty good chemistry in the ring together.
I can see
And
that.
you would think that Dragunov would be able to ground Evans and that would be his game plan, but I mean Javon's he's too quick. He's putting on a great performance against Ilya. He's really showing out. This might be his breakout performance even.
Here
He's
we
doing some
go. I
crazy
like it.
things, but the domination of Dragunov catches up to the inexperience of Javon, and Javon gets hit with a torpedo Moscow, hit with the H bomb, and the 3 count. Dragunov retains.
No. That's
It's going to take a magical man to beat Dragunov.
that's too bad.
Backstage, we got the MFTs, and they're getting ready. But as they're getting ready, Cody and the Good Brothers walk up. Interesting, interesting.
Okay.
Cody starts out with some pleasantries, talking nice to him, but then he says
Mm-hmm.
he says they should join him because honestly
Oh.
they've kind of become irrelevant otherwise. And
Mm-hmm.
JC Mateo steps up to Cody. Cody backs away a little bit, and he says, "Just think about my offer." So now we
Okay.
go to the ring, the Usos versus the MFTs. So the representatives for the MFTs are Mateo and Talatonga.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yeah.
Usos come down to the ring. They're yeeting. They're having a good time. And you can tell on Jay's face as he's yeeting, he looks a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more in his element with his brother, yeeting in the crowd, doing all the tag team Uso stuff. And they face off against JC and Tala. So it's a pretty standard tag team match. Usos are getting the moves in. Mateo's getting some moves in. They're working over. Each team separates and isolates one member of the other team in the corner, and they do the tag in thing, all the classic tag stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we get later in the match, Mateo grabs grabs Jimmy and goes for the tour of the islands on him. But as he's twisting, Jay catches him with a super kick. Mateo falls to the ground and lets go of Jimmy. Jimmy climbs up with Jay and they hit stereo splashes on Mateo. Now he's not a big guy, so they gotta get tight in there.
Yeah.
He's not a tall guy, I should say. He's a big guy, he's not a tall guy.
Yeah. He's
So
not long.
Jimmy lands on. They both land on Mateo. Jimmy's the one legal man, so he gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. Usos win. Good little
Ooh,
bounce back for Jay.
so
And then after the match, what do you know? Cody and the Good Brothers come down to the ring.
these guys.
They get in the ring, and Cody says, "So what's it gonna be?" Mateo, after he gets up, he's really beat up. He's holding his ribs. He gets ready to decline Cody's offer. And then Talatonga, Tama, and Tonga Loa attack Mateo from behind. Unbelievable. They
Wow.
beat down Mateo, stomping him into the dirt, and then Tama shakes Cody's hand.
Oh,
And all 6 stand tall in the ring as the announcers say, Cody's club is forming.
wow. I did not see that coming. Poor MFTs. They're done.
They're done. MFTs are done.
Ugh. Those MFers.
So backstage, Regal's back in his office after the events of earlier in the night, and the world champion Carmelo Hayes comes in. And Melo tells Regal that with what happened last week with Punk and Gunther in that match, and with Cody's interference, he says, "I think the credibility of this tournament has been ruined, and we should throw it out altogether. Doesn't matter."
Mm-hmm.
And so Regal says, "I bet you'd like that, wouldn't you? You were doing all that, and then thinking, I'm going to change my mind. That's not going to happen. So here's what we're going to do. We're gonna have you're gonna have a match next week against Shinsuke Nakamura
Ooh.
because you think you could come in here and try to tell me what I should do, throwing out the tournament match. Come on. So
Mhm.
Melo's frustrated. He storms out. And back in the ring, we've got LA Knight versus Austin Theory with Ludwig Kaiser. After what LA Knight said last week. So LA Knight controls most of the match. He's a few moments here and there where Theory gets some offense in. He puts in some good offense. It's a decent showing for Theory. But late in the match, Kaiser gets on the apron to attempt to distract the ref so that Theory can take out LA Knight. Theory goes for the A-Town down, but Knight reverses, slips into the BFT, hits it, 1, 2, 3, LA Knight wins.
Nice.
After the
Nice.
match, Kaiser gets in the ring, tries to help Theory up. But there's something off about Theory. And he clotheslines Kaiser,
Oh,
takes him
goodness,
out.
A lot of turns.
A lot of turn-
A lot of turns.
Theory stands over top of Kaiser, the downed Kaiser, and he just stares angrily into the hard cam.
That's a heck of it either.
So now Dom is backstage, and he's talking with a fellow Latino, Santos Escobar,
Okay.
and they're backstage talking, and he's desperate at this point. He's trying to ask him if there's any way he can get Liv back. And Santos kind of just chuckles and he says, "No, no, I did translate this, so get ready for this."
Oh, thank you. I'm glad.
He says, "Ese barca ya zarpo," and you know what that means?
Okay.
It says, "That ship has sailed, mi amigo," and he walks away.
Okay, look at you.
I know,
A little Spanish in there.
I threw a little Spanish in there,
Goodness,
cultural.
I'm not ready for that.
And you said I hated the Latinos
I think you do.
because we left them on the draft.
You know what drafted them.
Well, I just brought in some culture.
Okay.
Just call me
thank
Bad
you.
Bunny.
Oh, yes, they're the same person.
And now it's time for our main event. Another edition of the world title tournament point system match. What I haven't really figured out a name for it. CM Punk
That's a
again
mouthful.
versus Oba Femi. Punk's getting kind of screwed
Yeah.
with the participants in this thing.
Yeah, he really doesn't have a chance. He shouldn't win any of these.
Punk goes into another match. He's outgunned. He knows it, but he likes that underdog feeling. He likes being counted out because he feeds on it. And so he puts on a good show against Oba, but as he's going to go for the GTS, he's actually got Oba up. He picked Oba up in his old age. He picked Oba up.
No way.
And he's
That's
going
impossible.
no way. He's going for the GTS, but Cody Rhodes comes down to the ring to distract him.
This guy is driving me nuts.
So he
What are
lets
we doing?
Oba go because he's talking trash to Cody as Cody's talking trash to him. Oba turns him around, hits him with the fall from grace. 1, 2, 3. Oba gets a point, and then Cody just laughs at Punk as the show goes off the air.
Goodness gracious. This
And we will
guy's
come
driving
to
me nuts.
Raw Week 19.
Get rid of Cody already.
You were so
Bob
you were so
is-
upset that I didn't have Cody on the show for so many months, and now he's back.
I like how I said he was the masked man, and then you made him the masked man anyway.
Well, I mean, just because he had a hoodie on, he didn't have a mask on. He just had a hoodie.
He was masked.
The masked man was mellow.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so now we move on to Raw.
That is kind of funny though that we both had run-ins on the first show after WrestleMania.
Well, I thought after you took 10 years for your last hooded figure, I thought I'd be safe to do one night of it.
No, I
And
had
not
to have
have
more
you
hooded
do it.
figures. I got the itch like Triple H.
You got the Triple H issue.
I got the
going
itch.
on. Goodness. Save that for your alone time.
I see
My
where
goodness.
he gets off on it. It works.
Uh-huh. Yeah, oh yeah, it's working. It's all right. Okay. All right, so we're starting off tonight with a huge opening match. We got the Money in the Bank winner, Finn Balor, taking on Whoop That Trick.
Ooh,
Trick Williams
Okay.
started off.
that's
So we
hot.
start off. This is a high flying. They're going at it, back and forth. Eventually, Finn hits a sling blade on him. He's looking for the coup de grace. Trick dodges it. He rolls through. He's going for the trick shot. Finn dodges it, catches him with a super kick, then hits him with a brain buster, then goes back up for the coup de grace. Hits at this time on Trick. 1, 2, 3. Finn pins Trick.
That's a good win.
But it was a big time win. Trick gets up, looks at Finn. Finn looks at him. They shake hands. And then Finn raises Trick's arm, saying that, this guy's got something.
I like it. I like it.
So that's how we end that. So then we go to the back, and Drew McIntyre just arrived in the arena. He's walking in. He's walking down the thing with his title belt, the Intercontinental title, and Sheamus walks up.
Does he have the kilt on?
Oh, yeah, of course he does. Of course he does. He's ready to go tonight. And Sheamus walks up to him, and they kind of stare down for a second. And then Sheamus just kind of smiles a little bit and says, I wasn't kidding about making a match, fella. And just taps the title belt and walks away.
Yeah, Sheamus is sassy.
And Drew just kind of looks at him like, okay.
Drew's just living, and then Sheamus should be sassy.
Okay. Well, Drew did come into his training room first.
Yeah, true.
So they talk about. So then Sheamus walks away. Drew kind of looks at him, and there's a feeling that match is going to happen. So then we move on to the semifinals of the World Tag Team No More Contender Tournament. We got the War Raiders taking on Alpha Academy. And once again, the War Raiders are on a warpath right now. They're taking out Alpha Academy. They take out Otis. Eric and Ivar are left with Tozawa in the ring. And they hit him with their finisher. 1, 2, 3. The War Raiders are moving on to the finals next week.
All right.
Of the World Tag Team Tournament. So then we come back and we have the huge grudge match between Culture Shock of Lash and Naomi taking on Bianca Belair and Jordynne Grace. And Grace wants to start out with Lash, but she tags in Naomi. Naomi and Grace go at it. Back and forth, but Grace starts just overpowering Naomi again. And then she tags in Bianca, and Bianca starts overpowering Naomi again. Naomi's just getting beat up in this match. But eventually she makes the tag to Lash. Lash comes in and starts overpowering Bianca and overpowering Jordynne. Back and forth. And then eventually it ends up where Bianca's taking out Lash and they kind of roll out of the ring. Naomi tags herself in. Jordynne Grace comes in and she's trying to hit her with a suplex, but Naomi reverses it into a small package. 1, 2, 3. Culture Shock survive again, roll out of the ring, and they win the match over Bianca and Jordynne. So then Eric Bischoff comes out and says that he's got a special treat for everybody. He says that at Backlash, he's going to do a first time ever Intercontinental #1 contender gauntlet match.
Ooh, interesting.
There is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 competitors in this gauntlet match to decide who will be the new #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship at Night of Champions. And he's announcing that because of what happened earlier tonight, it will be Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus at Backlash for the Intercontinental Championship. And then Kofi comes out in New Day with Kofi and Woods. And they come out and Kofi says, this is ridiculous. He can't be in the tag team tournament. He can't be in the Intercontinental Gauntlet. He wants a chance to prove that they are champions. And Bischoff says, well, Kofi, I'll give you a shot tonight. You're going to be in our main event tonight.
Ooh, that's big for
And
Kofi.
you are going to have a chance to prove yourself to me tonight as you go one-on-one with the phenomenal AJ Styles.
I thought you were going to say Omos for a second.
And Cody. You got Cody stuck in my head now. Kofi
He's on
just
Raw?
Kofi looks at Woods. He's like, what's happening? What is going on? And Bischoff leaves, and Kofi and Woods are shocked in the ring. And then the next match on the card is Sami Zayn taking on Logan Paul division with Paul Heyman. And Logan Paul starts cheating right away, beating up on Sami. Paul Heyman keeps distracting the ref so Logan can get an advantage. Back and forth, Logan hits a springboard clothesline on Sami. But Sami starts coming back, hits a cradle pile driver on him, hits a suplex onto the Blue Thunder Bomb. Logan kicks out. Logan starts reaching in for the brass knucks. But Sammy, he's getting ready to put him on, but Sammy catches him with the Hoover kick in the corner. He goes for the pin, but Paul Heyman puts Logan Paul's foot on the ropes. Sammy saw it, and he's trying to get at Paul, or get at Heyman, but then Paul gets up, hits Sammy with the brass nuts, knocks Sammy down, pins Sammy, but Sammy gets his foot on the ropes, and Logan can't believe it. And so he turns around, and he looks at the stage, and he starts waving his hand down.
No.
And out comes Breaker. And Breaker starts like bolting to the ring. He's running down. He's running full speed down. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, as he's running towards the ring, Orton comes out through the crowd, catches him right there on the thing with an RKO as he's running full speed out on the outside onto the mat on the floor.
Okay.
Hits him with the RKO. Orton's freaking out, doing this crazy, freaking out gesture where he's like uncontrollable. Can't believe it. Paul Heyman's got a shocked look on his face, like he can't believe that just happened. Braun's out cold. Logan can't believe it. Logan goes, "What the F?" And he turns around, and Sammy hits him with the blue thunder bomb. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn picks up the win over Logan Paul and the Vision, with Orton taking out Braun Breaker on the outside.
That's pretty crazy.
So then we go to our next match of the night, and it's the champions versus the challengers. It's Jade Cargill teaming up with Becky Lynch to take on Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. And Flair starts out Becky. You know, they got their history back and forth. So they're going at it. Flair eventually attacks Stratton, and she just starts beating down on Lynch. And Lynch can't get over there. Flair's working over her ankle. Stratton's beating her up. Eventually, Stratton goes up for the prettiest moonsault ever. Lynch dodges it, but Stratton lands on her feet. Goes at Lynch, but Lynch catches her in the back exploder, but throws her into the turnbuckles with the suplex. Then she makes her way over to Jade. Flair tags herself in. Jade catches her with a big boot, throws her up. She's going for Jade, but Flair gets out of the ring, dodges it, goes to get out of the ring, tags in Stratton, and rolls out of the ring. Stratton's still kind of knocked out from getting hit in the turnbuckles. Excuse me. So Jade goes over to her, throws her over the top rope, back into the ring, then hits her with the Jaded. 1, 2, 3. Jade gets the pin over Tiffany. And then after the match, Flair walks away, stares down at Jade. Becky comes in and starts beating on Tiffany and kicks her out of the ring. And Jade and Lynch stand strong, holding up their titles. So then we go to the back, and we see Orton walk into the back, and all of a sudden he's walking, and who did I say my girl was? What was the other girl? You had Jackie, and I had who?
Oh, Kathy?
Kathy.
Kathy Kelly?
Yeah, Kathy Kelly. I kept wanting to think I was going to say Charlie, but I know and that's not who we said. She's not there anymore. Kathy Kelly. So she's coming up to Orton. She said, how'd you pull off that amazing move? That was crazy. And Orton goes, I'm here to take out the Vision one guy at a time. And tonight it started with Braun Breaker. Then it's going to be Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and then I'm going to cut the head off of the Vision and take out Seth Rollins. And just as he's about to leave, Bronson Reed comes and lays him out up against the wall. And he starts beating him down. And Logan Paul starts beating Orton down. And they're destroying him. They're hitting him with trash cans. They're hitting him with everything in the back. And then they hold him up, and they put him up against how did I had it described in my head. Like, it's kind of like a little like wooden board, but it's not a table.
Okay.
It's like leaned up in the corner. It's kind of just like plywood.
Yeah.
So they hold him up. They're holding his arms. And out of nowhere, Braun Breaker spears him right through the plywood.
Okay.
And then they help Braun out.
That's pretty cool visual. And
they start telling Orton that he's done and that the Vision's here to stay. And they leave as Orton's laid out in the wreckage. And then the trainers are coming over, calling for help. So then we go back out to the ring. And we got Solo Sikoa in the ring. And he really hasn't had a very good time going with anything.
Hey, we haven't seen Solo in a while.
After what happened, at WrestleMania, he was on the losing team in the pre-show match. And out comes Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio is trying to bounce back after the last couple of weeks. He's been having a hard time. And he comes out and he starts, attacking Solo, but Solo's the bigger guy. So Solo hits him with the Samoan
Ray just
drop.
comes out and attacks Solo?
No, it's a match.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I thought that was. No, Solo's out there.
I thought Solo was going to cut a
Ray
promo, and then Ray just comes out and attacks.
No,
I was like, what's
sorry,
going on?
Sorry. No. It's a match.
Okay.
It's Solo versus Ray.
Okay.
Ray comes out. Solo's out in the ring waiting for Ray. It's like come back from commercial break.
Yeah.
Out there,
I got it, yeah.
So then Ray comes out, and he starts taking down Solo, back and forth. Ray wants to try to prove that he's still got something left in the tank. So he's kicking him. He gets hit with the Samoan drop, gets hit with the super kick. He's having a hard time, but eventually reverses Solo, catches him with a few kicks, catches him with a drop kick, knocks him into the ropes for a 619, hits the 619 on Solo. He goes up, goes to the springboard, but Solo catches him in midair around the throat and then hits the Samoan spike on Ray. And Solo pins Ray. 1, 2, 3.
Right,
Solo beats Ray, and Ray's having a hard time if he's even got a chance to do anything. He's on a really cold streak right now. So then we go out and we got Michael Cole in the ring, and he brings out the two men that are going to main event Backlash pay-per-view: John Cena, the WWE champion, and the leader of the Vision, Seth Rollins. And they come out and they kind of stand there, and Seth just starts laughing. And Cena says, "I'm just done with all this crap, Seth. I'm tired of you not taking anything serious. I'm tired of you thinking that you can come out here and just take over Raw. This is the fan show. I'm here to show you that just because you have this group of bullies doesn't mean that you're going to take this title from me." And Seth just says, Cena. You just don't get it. You don't see the vision. And the vision for this Raw is that I take your title and that you retire. And Cena says, that's not going to happen, Seth. I'm going to fight. I've already proved that I can beat the Viper. I can beat the Phenomenal One. I've beaten you. And I've beaten the Beast. And I'm going to come into Backlash with the title. And I'm going to leave with the title. And you can't see me.
Mm.
And then Seth goes to punch him. But Cena catches him, picks him up, hits the FU on Seth. Seth rolls out of the ring. He's ticked off. Cena stands tall with the title as we go to commercial. And Seth's walking up the ramp with Heyman. Ticked off, screaming at Cena, saying that he's going to lose the title and that he has no chance to beat him. So then we move on to the other semifinal World Tag Team Number One Contender Tournament match. It's the House of Black versus The Miz and JD. And Andrade starts this one out with JD, and it really isn't much of a chance. They just kind of bully JD the entire time. And they beat him down. And then Andrade, they put him in the corner. Andrade hits the double D's in the face. The Miz tries to come in, but then he sees Karrion Kross on the other side, and the Miz just gets out of the ring and goes and walks to the back with Omos. They tag in, Andrade tags in Kross. Kross hits the, what I call it? See, now you got me all thrown off. I'm blanking on it now. The final prayer.
Final prayer, yes.
The final prayer, I do that. On JD, House of Black, Kross pins him. 1, 2, 3. The House of Black moves on against the War Raiders next week in the finals of the Number One Contender Tournament. And now we move on to our main event, where it is the phenomenal AJ Styles taking on Kofi Kingston of the New Day. And it's just your classic barn burner of a match. Those two guys are going at it, back and forth. AJ's going for the phenomenal forearm. Kofi dodges it. Kofi's hitting his boom boom drop. He's bringing out all the old stuff for this match. He's hitting it all. He tries to go for the SOS. AJ rolls through to the calf crusher. He locks it in, but Kofi's able to grab the ropes. He was close enough. So they're setting it up. Kofi dodges him. Woods tries to interfere, but AJ hits the Pele on Woods, knocks him out. He turns around. Kofi had set up for the Trouble in Paradise, goes for it. AJ dodges it, hits it, catches him, kicks him in the gut, hits him with the Styles Clash. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles picks up the win over Kofi Kingston. Kofi could not pull out the win tonight. So AJ stands tall in the ring as he's getting his hand raised. Right from behind, Bronson Reed's behind him. And he turns around and gets laid out by Bronson Reed. And then Bronson Reed gets up to the top rope, tsunami on him. And then Logan Paul comes out and hits a frog splash on him. And then they bring Braun Breaker back out. He comes out. They hold up AJ. Braun Breaker lays AJ out, cuts him in half with the spear. And that's how we end Monday Night Raw, Week 19, with the Vision standing tall in the ring over AJ Styles. And now we move to SmackDown, Week 19.
And the Vision just likes beating up elderly men. Crazy.
That's what they do, man. The new Vision.
SmackDown Week 19. We've had a couple of weeks where it's been kind of chaotic to start the show. So let's bring a little bit less drama to open the show. Rhea Ripley's music plays. Okay. And this is my brutality.
Oh, goodness.
And the former world champ makes her way to the ring. So she gets in, she grabs a mic, and she starts talking about WrestleMania, because she hasn't really had time to address what happened. And she says it was a fluke that Liv took the title from her, and she's ready to take her title back at Bad Blood. So then Liv Morgan's music hits. And her and Roxanne and Raquel, they make their way onto the stage. So Liv, she's laughing, she's doing her laugh, and she starts bragging about how she beat Rhea at WrestleMania and how she's never getting a rematch for the title. And then Dom's music plays.
Oh, here we go.
And Dom comes out with one last desperate attempt to win back Liv. And he says he spoke to Regal, and Regal made it official. Tonight, Rhea will have a match, and if she loses, she can never challenge for the world title as long as Liv holds it.
Oh, man.
So Liv starts smiling and laughing, and then Dom says, and it's against Io Sky.
Oh,
Rhea looks shocked, and Liv is just dying laughing. So Dom might have just come up clutch for Liv one last time. A last Hail Mary attempt to save the relationship.
That was a good try.
Then we follow a camera into the parking lot area where we see a couple of black vans pull up. And who gets out?
Creepy.
But Cody Rhodes and the rest of the club. The little Bang Bang gang comes out. And they're all dressed to the nines. They're looking sharp. They start walking into the arena when they're stopped by William Regal. Regal wants to know why Cody keeps interfering in the world title tournament. And Cody says, he looks at Regal and he says, none of those men are worthy of that title. Especially that bum, that fraud CM Punk.
Oh, wow.
So I took it upon myself to prove that. And Regal says, what can he do to get Cody to stop interfering in the match? And Cody says, add me to the tournament. Put me in. And then the club leave. They walk away. And Regal just looks conflicted. He looks confused. He's like, what is he going to do? Is he going to put Cody in?
Mm-hmm.
Our first match of the night is Austin Theory versus Ludwig Kaiser.
Oh, the breakup of the Epic team.
Yeah. Theory and Kaiser, they start brawling after one. You gotta draft Theory because my phone keeps going crazy when I say Theory because it thinks I'm saying Siri. But they keep going. They go after each other. Rapid fire fists. I mean, it's just like bang, 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 bang. And then Theory gets the upper hand. He starts wearing down Kaiser, but Kaiser gets switches it on, turns the tables, and just as he's about to pick Theory up, Theory slips underneath him, rolls him up in a schoolboy with a hand on the ropes. 1, 2, 3. Theory steals a win.
That's big. It's big for Theory.
That's big for Theory. Yeah.
That's his first win.
That's his first. Maybe. So then we go backstage into Regal's office, and Carmelo Hayes walks in. And Mello, he's asking to cancel that his match with Shinsuke because Regal made the match last week with Shinsuke,
Mm-hmm.
and so Mello don't want to fight Shinsuke. He said, "Cancel, please cancel. Do whatever you need to do,
Mm-hmm.
cancel it." But Regal just laughs and says, "No, he's not canceling it." So Mello
Mm-hmm.
starts to leave, and he turns around, and Javon Evans is there, and he's just
Oh,
smiling, and Mello says, "What do you want?" And Javon says, "Nothing. Good luck with your match, though." And then Mello just looks disgusted and he leaves.
oh wow.
So then we get Carmelo Hayes versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And Nakamura
Okay.
begins the match. He's throwing some stiff shots on Melo's chest and legs. He's really bruising him up.
Mm-hmm.
Melo takes him down with a couple of good kicks of his own, though. And maybe Melo's a king of strong style. You never know.
Maybe.
And Nakamura, he gets to, or as Nakamura is getting to his feet, Melo catches him with the first 48, which is a code break if you didn't know.
I knew that. I
Okay,
knew that.
just making sure. So I want to build the picture in your mind.
I knew that one.
So he hits the first 48, goes for the pin, 1, 2, but Shinsuke kicks out at 2. As we go deeper and deeper into the match, Melo's starting to realize, he's starting to build this realization that
He
he's in
sucks.
trouble. I don't know. He don't know if he can beat Shinsuke. So
He
Melo
shouldn't be world
crawls.
champion.
What?
He shouldn't be a world champion.
So
He's
Melo
realizing this.
crawls on his knees to the corner as Shinsuke is going to go for the Kinshasa. Melo grabs that chain that he wears, wraps it around his
Mm-hmm.
fist, and smacks Nakamura in the face with it. The ref didn't see it.
Ah,
He hit it. He hit it. It was in a blind spot for the ref.
dirty.
And so Melo smacks Nakamura in the face, knocks him out, covers him, or tosses the chain to the side, covers him, and it's a 1, it's a 2, and it's a 3. Melo wins and survives.
Mm.
But he had to do a dastardly technique to
That
get it.
was pretty dastardly.
Backstage, we've got Liv, Raquel, and Roxanne talking. When Dom walks back up, and Dom said, "Hey, did I do a good job tonight? Is it good? Are you happy?" And Liv says, "Yeah, Dom, I'm happy." And Dom asks if she'll take him back. And Liv says, maybe. She'll think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But only if he makes sure that Rhea loses the match tonight.
Oh.
And then the three girls leave, and Dom, the camera looks at Dom, and he's kind of got like a scheming look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the ring, we've got Asuka versus Stephanie Vaquer.
Okay.
So Asuka comes out swinging against Stephanie. She's throwing some heavy blows. Most are catching on Vaquer. She's really taking her down, maybe even catching her in the nose a little bit.
Oh wow.
A few even stun Vaquer. Maybe that nose shot stunned her.
Mm-hmm.
Asuka has the advantage, so she tries to go for the Asuka lock, but Stephanie reverses, takes Asuka down, and we know what she's going for. She points up, and she's going for the devil's kiss. Ah, ah, ah. As she goes for it, she hits it, she goes for the cover. Asuka kicks out at 2. Stephanie gets up, Asuka's still kind of dazed, hits the SVB, hits the corkscrew moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Stephanie wins.
Ooh. That's a pretty big
And then we go
moonsault.
backstage in the locker room. In their locker room, the club, they've got their own locker room because they're big time.
Oh great.
And Cody's talking, he's rallying the troops. And he's saying he wants everybody ready tonight because they need to make sure that the world knows who runs SmackDown.
It's not Carmelo. That's for sure.
Next up, it's another match in the United States Open Challenge. Ilya Dragunov in the ring waiting for his opponent, and his opponent this time is Dragon Lee.
Okay, that's a good match.
Ilya and Dragon, they're going crazy. They've got some good chemistry. They've wrestled before. They know what each other are going to do. It's basically an instant classic with these guys. They're going insane. They're hitting moves. They're hitting crazy spots until late in the match, Dragunov catches Lee as Lee's going for a springboard, catches him with a headbutt. Lee falls to the ground. Dragunov bounces off the ropes, hits the H-bomb. 1, 2, 3. Ilya retains.
Nice.
Nobody can beat Ilya.
Nope. He's doing
And then
pretty good.
we get a commercial break and we come back to see LA Knight cutting a promo. And he's cutting a promo basically about how he's ready for the world title scene. He's saying that he is the right man for the job. He's ready to ascend to that next level, and there's nobody in the locker room, nobody on the roster that's on the same level as him because he's LA Knight and he's going to take it. Yeah.
Okay.
Our next match is Gunther versus Obafemi.
Oh.
So Punk's fought Gunther, he's fought Oba, and now it's time for Gunther to fight Oba.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a meat fest. It's just big, meaty men slapping meat.
Goodness.
Gunther's throwing chops on Oba. Oba's throwing open hand chops on Gunther. Gunther's hitting that big dinosaur drop kick that Cole calls it.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes Oba down. Gunther goes for the sleeper. He locks it in, but Oba's neck is so thick that you'd
Yeah.
think he'd be able to fade, but Oba, he survives. And he starts powering out. And he picks Gunther up. And he hits the fall from grace. But he can't get the cover because he's just too tired from the sleeper. So Gunther's down, Oba's down, and then the club shows up.
Oh my God. Yes.
They storm the ring and they start taking him down and they're beating him up and the ref calls the bell. He says it's over. Ring the bell. It's a no contest. No
Ooh.
men gets a point. And the club start beating down Gunther. They start beating down Oba. They're hitting all their finish. All 6 men hit their finisher on both Gunther and Oba.
Mm-hmm.
Just taking them all down. And as Cody's just watching, he's just smiling. And then he turns around, kind of like a Joe Hendry turn, and he turns to the hard cam and he just says, he mouths the words, "I told you." And now it's time for the main event. Rhea versus Io Sky. So much on the line tonight. Not only if Rhea loses, is she never able to fight for the world title again as long as Liv is the champ, but commentary keeps bringing up the fact that Rhea has never beaten Io one-on-one.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so both women enter the ring and the match begins. I mean, these two are friendly. They were just friends before WrestleMania. They're still friendly. So they don't want to. Io didn't really even want to have this match, but she was told by Regal to have the match, so she's got to do it.
Yep, she has
And
to do it.
they've got insane chemistry. Obviously, they're great together. It's basically a 5-star match.
Mm-hmm.
Meltzer would love this match.
Mm-hmm.
But towards the end,
WWE.
what?
I said it's WWE, probably not.
True. But towards the end, Io is down and Rhea starts to get up. She's down too, but she starts to get up when Dom comes down to the ring.
Right.
He comes down, he gets on the apron to distract the referee, but Rhea goes over to him and she starts asking what he's doing. "What are you doing, Dom? Why are you down here?" And then Io tries to call for Rhea, or to try to get Rhea distracted and get the pin, but she rolls up Rhea, gets the pin, but Rhea kicks out at 2. And Rhea, as she kind of like, you know how Io rolled her up from behind and she was like sitting on top of Rhea, and then when
Yeah.
Rhea kicked out, she pushed her forward, that kind of pin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Rhea pushed Io forward, she ran into Dom and they collide. Dom falls off the apron. Io's kind of stunned after running into Dom, and then Rhea grabs Io, hits the riptide. 1, 2, 3. Rhea did it. She finally
Nice.
beat Io, and she
Good job.
wins the match. She can challenge Liv at Bad Blood for the world title. And as Rhea's celebrating, we see Dom on the ground, and he's got a concerned look on his face as we wrap up
He's in
SmackDown.
trouble.
He's in trouble.
He's in trouble.
It's the go home show for Monday Night Raw.
Okay, so now we're on Raw Week 20. And we start out with Bischoff coming on the screen, and he says he's got a special treat for the Raw fans tonight. He says tonight there's going to be 3 different matches with a member of the Vision taking on Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and John Cena. He says that the first match is going to start right now, and it is Randy Orton going one-on-one with Bronson Reed.
Ooh.
After what happened last week. So we come out, and Bronson Reed comes out, and Orton comes out, and they start going at it. And Bronson's just overpowering Orton, but Orton comes back. He starts hitting Reed. He starts hitting all his classic moves. He actually hits the power slam on Reed. He didn't
Oh,
think
wow,
he
that's
was able
impressive.
to do that. He hits the walk around stomps, but Reed comes back. He starts suplexing him. He throws him in the corner and smashes him in the corner. He throws him down. He's going to set up for the tsunami. He's getting up to the top rope for the tsunami. But Orton starts to get up. He jumps off, catches him, RKO off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Orton pins Bronson Reed as as Orton stands tall in the ring, taking out one member of the Vision already. The next thing we have up is Culture Shock comes out, and they said that they are tired of all this feud they've been having with Belair and Grace. They're ready to move on to bigger and better things around here. And then Belair and Grace come out and say that it's not over yet. They said at Backlash, we're going to take the Culture Shock out. So we found a couple friends that are going to help us. So then Bailey and Natalia come out. And they stand tall with Jordan Grace and Bianca Belair. And they make their way down the ring, but Culture Shock ducks out and gets out of the ring. And they run away. So now at Backlash, we're going to have an 8-man tag between Culture Shock and the team of Belair, Grace, Bailey, and Natty. So then our next match on the card is Tiffany Stratton, who's ticked off about what happened last week, getting pinned by Jade. So she challenged her to a one-on-one match tonight. So it'll be Tiffany Stratton versus the women's champ, Jade Cargill. So it's back and forth. Jade's kind of dominating her, but Tiffany's good. She's making her comeback. She's hitting all the moves. Tries to go for the pretty moonsault ever. Hits it on Jade, but she goes for the pin. 1, 2, Jade kicks out. Jade hits her with a big boot. She starts throwing her around the ring. She's getting ready to set up for Jaded. But Charlotte comes out, slides in the ring, and hits a spear on Jade. She starts beating on Jade. The match gets DQ'd. Jade gets the win, but Charlotte keeps beating her down. Tiffany starts getting in and trying to help her beat down Jade. And out of nowhere, Becky comes out, makes the save, takes out Tiffany, takes out Charlotte, and makes the save for Jade as we move on to Backlash, where it's going to be a last woman standing match between Jade and Charlotte. And then Tiffany will get another shot at Becky Lynch for the U.S. Championship.
Okay.
So that's what all sets that up for. So then we go to the back, and we have John Cena in the back again. And Eric Bischoff comes up to him. And he's pretty excited about the new vision Raw has. And Cena says that he's tired of Eric Bischoff keep getting in his business. And he's going to take out the vision, and then he's going to take out Eric Bischoff. Just then, Paul Heyman walks in. And he looks at Cena and he just says, "Congratulations, Cena. You did the unthinkable at WrestleMania and you defeated the Beast. But now you're going against something that you cannot even fathom how powerful it is." And Cena just looks at Paul and says, "Paul, no offense, but I'm going to destroy the vision and I'm going to destroy you."
Jeez.
And he walks away. Yeah, he's done with the vision.
What did Paul do?
Paul's in the vision.
I know, but he's going to destroy Paul?
He's going to destroy him. Clothesline, FU, STFU, all the good stuff. So, all right. So then now we got our next match in the Vision versus the Orton, Styles, and Cena. It's going to be AJ taking on Seth Rollins. So we got this match coming up. It's classic Seth Rollins and AJ Styles match. Seth hits a super kick. AJ's hitting the Pele. Go back and forth. AJ sets up for the phenomenal elbow. He goes for it, but Seth dodges it. Goes for another super kick. AJ catches the super kick. Hits him in the gut. Gets ready for a Styles clash. He picks up Rollins, but Rollins rolls through it. Out the back and rolls up Styles. 1, 2. Styles kicks out of nowhere. Seth rolls through. He goes for the pedigree on AJ. AJ rolls through that into the calf crusher. But Seth kind of hangs on before he can lock it in and rolls out of that. So then Seth runs the ropes. AJ drops down, then hits him with the drop kick. He sets him back up for the Styles Clash. Lifts him up again, but this time Seth rolls through again. This time catches AJ with the super kick. Hits the stomp on AJ. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins gets the pin over AJ Styles. and it carries momentum in to the match at Backlash with John Cena. So now Bishop comes out and says we're going to have an 8-man tag. And all 8 of these men are going to be participants in the Intercontinental Gauntlet match at Backlash. So he starts out, the first team is the Money in the Bank winner, Finn Balor. We have Sami Zayn. We have Damian Priest. And we have Rey Mysterio on one team. Then we have Aleister Black, Solo Sikoa, The Miz, and Logan Paul from The Vision on the other team. And we start out first with Rey versus Miz. And Miz and Ray are just, they've been having this feud since the beginning of Raw. And they go back and forth. And eventually Miz tags in Solo, who starts beating down on Ray. And Ray's kind of become the sacrificial lamb in this match. And he eventually gets a tag into Priest, who gets a hot tag in. Then he tags in Finn. Finn hits the coup de grace on Solo. He goes for the pin, but Logan Paul breaks that up. So then it kind of turns into a finisher fest, where Logan Paul hits the brass knucks on Finn, knocks him out of the ring. But then Priest hits him with the super kick, knocks him out. Solo hits the spike on Priest. Rey Mysterio catches Solo this time from behind with the dropkick, hits the 619 on Solo. But Ray's getting ready to hit the springboard, and Aleister Black comes in and hits the oh crap! Why did I forget his name?
Fade to Black or
Fade
Black
to
Bass,
Black.
either one.
Yeah, Fade to Black. He hits the Fade to Black while Ray's like springboarding, catches him like that, knocks Ray back out of the ring, turns around. Sammy hits him with the Blue Thunder Bomb out of nowhere. So he goes around. Miz tries to lock Sammy in the Skull Crusher finale, but Sammy rolls Miz into the corner. Miz gets up, turns around, gets hit with the haluva kick in the corner, knocks him down. Sammy gets the pin on Miz. 1, 2, 3. Sammy, Priest, Ray, and Balor pick up the win
All right.
over the heel team. So they got momentum going in there in Continental Gauntlet. Then Bischoff's in the back, and Kofi and Woods come in again. And Bischoff says that, he wanted Kofi to prove himself last week, and all he did was prove that he couldn't beat AJ and that they don't deserve another title match.
Ouch.
So Woods and Kofi are like, what can we do? What do we have to do to get in this, to do something, to make an impact? And Bischoff just looks at him and says, just be memorable. And so New Day leaves. And then Bischoff announces that at Backlash, it's going to be the team of the Vision, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, taking on the team of Randy Orton and AJ Styles, or as I like to call them, RKAJ, in a street fight.
Ooh.
So that match is happening at Backlash. Now, next up, we have the World Tag Team Normal Contender Tournament Finals. Who will face the Lucha Bros at Backlash. It's the War Raiders, and it's the team of the House of Black. Cross starts out with Ivar, and they just start beating on each other. Eventually, Andrade gets in, and he kind of gets beat up throughout the match. The War Raiders eventually come up to where they start getting the advantage. They got Andrade. They're going for their tag finisher. Just then, the New Day come out and start beating down on the War Raiders. And then they start beating down on House of Black. And they start beating up both teams and knocking both teams down, laying them out. Woods goes out and gets a chair and starts hitting everybody with chairs. And then the Lucha Bros make the save. And New Day gets out of the ring. And Lucha Bros are standing tall. And Bischoff comes out and says that, yes, New Day, that was memorable. But all you did was create more problems for yourself. Because now, since you ruined my tag team tournament, at Backlash, it's going to be, for the World Tag Team titles, it's going to be a triple threat. Lucha Bros versus War Raiders versus the House of Black. And New Day's like, why should be in this match? We took out both those teams. And but Bischoff says, sorry, it wasn't memorable. And then he leaves. So then we come back out. We got the Intercontinental Champion Drew McIntyre, and he's taking on Whoop That Trick. Trick comes out, and then before the match starts, we hear Sheamus' music play. And he comes out onto the stage, and he just stands out there and he's going to watch this match
He's
from
gonna
the
stay up there.
stage. Yep. He just stands up at the top of the stage, watches this match. So it goes back and forth. Trick's starting to get a lot of offense in, but Drew's just too big. He's too experienced. He's overpowering Trick. Eventually, Trick does try to end up going for the trick shot, but Drew dodges it, hits the Claymore on Trick. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre survives. He holds up the title, staring down Sheamus as they're going to go one-on-one at Backlash for the Intercontinental title. And now it's time for our main event. John Cena taking on Braun Breaker of the Nation. And Breaker is proven to Cena that he's not someone to deal with. He's knocking Cena down. He's overpowering Cena. He's hitting suplexes on Cena. He's hitting drop kicks. He ends up hitting the Frankensteiner off the top on Cena. Cena's really struggling, but then obviously Cena, he reverses. He starts hitting the running shoulder blocks, hits the protoplex into the five knuckle shuffle. He's setting up for the FU, but Paul Heyman distracts him. He turns around. Braun Breaker goes for the spear, but he catches him, locks him in the STF. Braun's trying to reach the ropes. He can't reach. Paul's trying to push the ropes towards him, but he can't reach, and Braun has to tap out to Cena.
Oof.
And he's tapping out. And Cena is getting ready to he's still holding on after the bell rings. He's starting to get up, but before he can get up, Seth got out there and hit the stomp on Cena. And now Cena's laid out and Seth's standing over him. Just then Orton and AJ come out and they make the save. And Seth and Braun get out of the ring and they walk to the back. AJ's checking on Cena while Orton's staring down Seth. And now Seth has all the momentum going into the main event of Backlash.
It seems like he's going to win it.
John Cena taking on Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship. And now we go to a week of SmackDown.
My money's on Seth.
You're not a very good gambler, so.
All right, the final week of SmackDown before the pay-per-view, we've got Carmelo Hayes coming down to the ring to open the show. He grabs a mic and he starts talking. There's nobody on this roster that can take the title from him. He's too good. Nobody can take the title from him. And then Cody Rhodes' music plays. And him and the club come down and he wants to have a talk with Carmelo Hayes. He gets on the mic, he starts trashing Melo, saying that he can stop playing make-believe now because the big boys are back. Cody says that he may not have been ready for the world title before he left, but now he's back and he realized it's his destiny to win the title.
Great. Destiny.
Cody says it was a disgrace that Melo was in the spot that he was in at WrestleMania. And Melo's had enough. He says enough. Just like Cody used to do. And he starts going in on Cody, saying that Melo built himself into a star, while Cody took his ball and went home. Melo drops the little mic drop action, and he gets out of the ring, leaving Cody shocked. How dare he talk to him like that?
That was pretty ballsy.
So we cut to a camera sprinting in the backstage area because there's some commotion going on backstage. And the camera catches up. We got to see what's going on. And the camera sees it's Liv Morgan screaming and yelling at Dominic. She's slapping him, hitting him. And she's screaming, how could you let her win? How could you help her? How did you let her win? And Dom's just standing. He's just taking it. He's just taking it. He knows he screwed up. He's just taking it. And then Liv says, you better fix this, Dominic, and she storms off.
Oh.
And now we've got the United States Open Challenge. Ilya's in the ring, and who's going to answer the call this time? It's Santos Escobar.
Nice.
So Dragunov starts laying into Escobar early in the match. He's throwing chops. He's throwing headbutts. Anything he can do to knock out Escobar. Santos catches Ilya with a super kick that stuns Ilya. It stuns and pushes him back. He bounces off the ropes, hits the Torpedo Moscow.
Oh.
Hits the H-bomb. 1, 2, 3. Ilya retains.
Nice.
And then we see a William Regal in his office. When when Dom storms in.
Who?
I combined them. When Dom storms in. And Dom, he's
Dorm.
going on and on about how Rhea shouldn't have won the match last week, and Regal should cancel the match at Bad Blood. Just end it. Because Rhea should not have won that match. She was not the legitimate winner of that match. So Regal says, "Sorry, Dom, but Rhea did win the match. And she won with your help."
Yeah, it was all his fault, really.
And Regal says, "Since you want to be so involved in this match, how about you be the special referee at Bad Blood?"
God.
Dom looks surprised. He's shocked. He's stunned. He can't believe it. His mouth is agape. He can't believe what Regal just said. And Regal says, "Now get out of my office."
Oh.
Regal has no time for Dom.
Poor Dom. No, everyone just hates this guy.
He's in a quite the predicament.
Yeah, he's in trouble.
Our next match of the night is a WWE Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match. The Usos versus the Street Profits.
Okay, here we go.
Jay and Montez start the match, and they both get in some great shots on each other, but Montez gets the early advantage, and the Profits start swapping in and out, taking the advantage, tagging each other in, staying fresh, continuing to work on Jay. As they do that, Jay, he's had enough. He gets the hot tag on Jimmy, and now the Usos have the advantage. They start throwing double super kicks. It's a super kick party here in let's say we're in Waco, Texas for this one.
Okay.
Why not?
That works.
It's a double super kick party in Waco. Dawkins goes out of the ring with a super kick. Montez gets taken down. They go up to the top rope. They hit double Uso splashes on Montez Ford. Jimmy pins Montez 1, 2, 3. The Usos are the #1 contenders.
Oh, that's pretty big.
Jay's back in his groove.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go backstage and we see Jackie Redmond. She's just getting ready for an interview. She's getting everything set up, and the camera, she's watching. The camera's watching Jackie, and all of a sudden, Jacob Fatu shows up. He comes across the camera. We haven't seen Jacob since WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Jackie drops everything what she's doing. She goes and grabs a microphone to ask Jacob a question, but Jacob grabs the mic. He's not having it. He says he's going off on LA Knight. Because Jacob Fatu has been disrespected his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to stand for being disrespected by LA Knight saying that there's nobody on the roster that's on the same level. So Fatu's going to change that at Bad Blood. Yada I mean.
Okay.
And now we've got Stephanie Vaquer versus Lyra. The winner will face Julia at Bad Blood. Stephanie starts off with some strong kicks, some good offense, but Lyra's fighting back. She's starting to control the match. Lyra's hitting some ground game. She's working the body parts. She's hitting some submission attempts. What? Attempts is what I was trying to say. For some reason, submission and attempts was hard for me to say. And she's still working that ground game. She's really wearing down Stephanie. But she won't go down easily. Stephanie's still fighting. She's got that fighting spirit. She catches Lyra in the fan favorite Devil's Kiss. She hits it.
Again.
What?
I said, here we go again.
She hits it. She goes for the pin, but Lyra just gets the shoulder up at 2. Just barely. She was worn out. She was knocked out. And then Stephanie picks her up, ready for the SVB, but Lyra reverses it into the Nightwing, catches her. 1, 2, 3. Lyra Valkyria wins, and she will go to Bad Blood to face Julia.
That's huge. I didn't see that coming.
And now, after commercial break, we come back to a pre-taped promo for Austin Theory.
Okay. Why?
And
what
he's
a waste
just
of time.
He's basically just summing up the first few months of his time on SmackDown.
I can sum it up in one word. It sucks.
He says that things are going to change now. He's got a more serious tone to his voice. He's no longer going to be the butt of the jokes. He's going to start this new change by taking out Ludwig Kaiser at Bad Blood. Kaiser thinks that he cheated to beat him last week. And now Theory's going to prove to Kaiser and to the world that he means business.
Oh, okay.
So back in Regal's office, Carmelo Hayes walks in.
Ugh.
And Melo starts demanding that something be done about Cody Rhodes because of the lack of respect that he showed him in the ring. The world champion. He's going to talk to your world champion like that, Regal?
He did.
Unacceptable. Regal says, don't worry, I'm already working on it. But in the meantime, why don't you go get ready for your main event or to watch the main event to find out who your next opponent is?
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Ludwig Kaiser versus Javon Evans, little tune-up match for Kaiser.
Mm-hmm.
So Kaiser, he's got something to prove. He also wants to show the world that he's been disrespected, prove to Theory that Theory's the laughing stock and that Kaiser should be the one taken seriously. So he goes on some big time offensive moves with Javon. Javon gets some good shots in, but Kaiser's controlling this. He's grounded in Javon's air game. He won't let Javon get any sort of momentum going. He's really controlling him. And just as he's about to put Javon away, Austin Theory storms the ring and starts ambushing Kaiser.
Come on.
The ref calls for the bell, but Theory doesn't care. The ref's trying to pull him off. Theory's just manhandling him. He's just wailing on him. Just destroying him. Javon tries to get in and break it up, but Theory pushes him away and takes him out. And Javon goes out of the ring. Theory lifts up Kaiser, hits the 8-town down on him, and then Theory just stares into the camera whilst over top of Kaiser's body.
Goodness, man. That was rough.
And then backstage, one more time, we see Liv Morgan. And then Dom comes up to her. Dom tells Liv that the match is still on. He's kind of nervous as he's saying this.
Mm-hmm.
And he says now he's the special referee. And Liv, at first, looks a little angry. Like she's going to explode again on him. But then she says, this is good. If you want to fix things with me, Dom, you can start by making sure I win on Saturday. They got a plan. But it's main event time. It's triple threat time. Punk, Gunther, Oba. Winner earns 2 points. And basically, whoever wins this match is going to be the number one contender because Gunther has 1 point. Oba has 1 point. If they get another 2 points, then they obviously win. And if Punk gets 2 points, he'll have more than both of them. So,
yeah. So you're telling me that this tournament was basically worthless. They should have just had a triple threat match. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
It was for Cody.
Okay. Whatever you say. I'm just saying. You could just have a triple threat match.
There's got to be drama.
Okay. Whatever.
It's got to be the fighting spirit of CM Punk.
Yeah, he's done.
So commentary keeps bringing up the fact that Punk doesn't have any points and that this is his last chance. But he can still win it all if he takes this match because this is worth 2 points. So Oba and Gunther start going after each other because they want to pick up where they left off last week. So they're taking each other out. Gunther's hitting uppercuts. He's hitting big shots, big chops. He takes the upper hand and takes down Oba. Then he goes after Punk. And all three men, at some point during the match, have control of the match. They take the other 2 men out. So we go for a while. We're going bang, bang, Gunther on Oba. Bang, bang, Oba on Punk. Oh, Punk on Oba. Punk on Gunther. It's all 3 chaos. It's chaos during the match. And then as we get super late in the match, it's like a 30-minute match. And they're all down. All 3 men.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the sign. Cody and the club come down.
Oh, great.
You know they had to show up.
Of course they did.
But since it's a triple threat, they don't have any worry. They get in the ring and they start beating all 3 of them down.
Mm-hmm.
They take Oba out. The Tongans go grab some chairs. They start hitting Oba with the chair. They start wailing on him with the chairs. And then Gunther gets taken out of the ring and they put Gunther through the announce table. So Gunther's out.
Oh, Gunther.
Cody starts beating down on Punk. He hits him with a couple of crossroads. Punk's down. So now the club and Cody, they leave. Their work is done. They've left chaos in the ring and outside the ring. And what's going to happen? The ref's going to have to make a decision on this. So after a while of just Gunther's down in the outside, Oba's down in the ring, Punk's down in the ring, we start to see Punk stir. And Punk's crawling. He's crawling towards Oba. Can he do it? He needs 2 points to pass these men and face Mello for his rematch at Bad Blood. He's crawling, he's scratching, pulling his whole body towards Obafemi. He puts an arm over the shoulder. The ref counts the three. 1, 2, 3. CM
Oh,
Punk is going to Bad Blood. He did it.
poor Oba.
Miracles happen.
Buried.
CM Punk will
Buried.
face Carmelo Hayes and get his rematch at Bad Blood.
Interesting.
Man,
That was pretty crazy.
Cody's a menace.
I'm tired of Cody already. Yeah,
Uh,
disaster.
all right, so that is all 4 weeks of television.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for the pay-per-views. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. Bad Blood. It is happening on a Saturday, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Our opening match is LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
Okay.
LA Knight starts hot. He's taking the offense right to Fatu. He doesn't want Jacob to get any ideas about possibly winning this match. So he's going crazy on him early. He's putting the boots to him in the corner. He's getting the crowd behind him. He's getting the yaz behind him. But then Jacob gets up and he's now going after LA Knight. He's hitting some huge moves. He's doing the Samoan drop and the super kicks and he's shaking his body around. He's going
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And Jacobs, he's got all the momentum right now, and they're going back and forth for a while until towards the end of the match, Jacob gets put in a BFT, but he reverses it. He slips out of it, turns LA Knight around, hits the super kick, and then goes for the biggest moonsault ever. 1, 2, 3. Jacob Fatu wins.
Nice.
Our second match of the night is the WWE Tag Team Championships. The Good Brothers defend against the Usos. So Carl Anderson and Jay are the ones who start the match. And Jay gets caught early because he's playing with the crowd. He's yeeting. He's
Of
running
course
it
he is.
back. He's doing his thing. And Carl Anderson says, "What is this joke?" So he goes after him.
Mm-hmm.
He starts wailing on him. He starts taking him down. He's doing the machine gun stuff. This is Carl Anderson we're talking about here. He starts wearing Jay down. He pulls Jay over to the corner, and it's him and Luke Gallows just taking it to Jay. Jay's like 2007 Jeff Hardy. He's getting wailed on.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And so uh, this goes on for a long time. Like most of the match is just Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows switching in and out, taking down Jay. Jimmy's just in the other side, just he's
Mm-hmm.
trying. He can't do anything. But then out of nowhere, Jay is able to get free of the beating that he's taken, and he does a hot tag for Jimmy. Jimmy comes in, and now Jimmy's taking things up a notch. He's super kicking Luke. He's super kicking Carl. He's super kicking Gallows again for a pin attempt, but Gallows kicks out at 2. Jimmy gets Jay back in, and but as Jimmy tags in Jay, he gets taken out by the Tongans who come out. The
Mm-hmm.
Tongans take out Jimmy, and the ref was wait, what do I have right here?
I don't know.
I thought I put a different letter down. The ref wasn't looking. What is what I was trying to read right there. I thought I had booking. I was like, what's booking? But it's looking. I wrote
The
my L
rest
and my O
booking
too.
these matches.
I wrote my L and
What's
my O too
happening?
close together.
What is happening over there? Upside
So the
down.
ref wasn't looking. He was distracted by Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows as the Tongans take Jimmy out. So Jay sees that he's like, "What are we doing here? You can't have this. This is not. You can't. It's not. There's qualification. You can't do that." So Jay turns around. He gets hit with a big boot by Luke Gallows. Anderson comes in. They hit a magic killer. 1, 2, 3. The Good Brothers retain.
Mm-hmm. Makes
And then
sense.
after the match, the club start beating up Jimmy and Jay and Lana both out. These club members, they're crazy.
Yeah, this club is something else.
Then we
Something
go
really bad.
backstage. The camera catches up with William Regal, who was standing at one of those big monitors watching what happened with the club and the Usos in the tag match. And Cody
Mm-hmm.
comes up to him. And then Regal asks Cody why he's causing so much trouble since returning. Like, why is he doing this? You didn't have to. We were on somewhat good terms before you left.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody or Regal says that they were good friends. He can't believe that he would ruin and betray their friendship like this. And Cody says he hasn't betrayed anyone. Everyone betrayed him, forcing him to go down a path that he didn't want to go down. And now he's realized the error of their ways. And he's finally ready to do something about it. And as Cody's leaving, he turns back and he says to Regal, "Oh, and we were never friends."
Oh,
And he leaves. It's Cody.
Cody's dick.
But we go back to the ring for our next match, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Julia defends against Lyra Valkyria. And we got some strong style from Julia. She's going crazy on Lyra, but Lyra's going crazy on Julia. Julia is able to control a lot of the match. She's the champion, so she's got the champion's advantage, and she's taking it to Lyra. Lyra gets some good offense, even getting a couple of near falls on Julia, but in the end, we know that Julia's just better than Lyra. She hits the Northern Lights bomb. 1, 2, 3. Julia retains.
Nice. Makes sense.
And our next match is the grudge match, a street fight, which I didn't know you were going to have a street fight, so I got a street fight too.
Of course you do.
A street fight, Austin Theory versus Ludwig Kaiser.
You put that in a street fight?
Yeah, settle the grudge.
God, you waste so many good stuff on losers. I got street fight between Division and RKAJ, and you put Ludwig and Austin in a
I mean, to
street
be
fight?
fair, my pay-per-view is Bad Blood. I gotta get some sort of chaos in here.
Goodness gracious.
You just got backlash in France. So the Theory Kaiser match begins, and Theory just sprints right after Kaiser. He takes it to him early. He's beating him up. They go out of the ring. They're battling by the announcer desk. Theory grabs a chair and he starts beating down Kaiser with it. He's just smashing him with the chair. Just bang, shot after shot, just smashing Kaiser with it. And he throws the chair down, clears off the announcer desk, throws the water bottle off that Cole was drinking, and he gets rid of everything. He picks Kaiser up. He gets on top of the table, puts Kaiser on his shoulders, hits the A-Town down, and puts him through the table.
Ouch.
He then grabs Kaiser, puts him back in the ring, grabs that chair, lays it down in the ring, and hits another A-Town down on the chair on Kaiser, pins him. 1, 2, 3. Theory dominates in the win.
Sounds like a dominator.
But then the camera catches up backstage with Dom. In the locker room, he goes to see Liv. And he's got the ref shirt on, he's ready to go. And Liv says, "Are you ready, Dom? And you know what to do." And Dom says, "Yeah, I'm ready." Liv says, "Okay, great." She walks out, and the camera stays on Dom, but he kind of just stares. What's he thinking about? Is he ready? Is he really ready to help Liv?
I don't know.
We've got another United States Open challenge, Ilya Dragunov in the ring ready to go, and it's none other than the former U.S. champion, Pete Dunne, answering the call.
That's a
But
big
these
time
two
match.
got some, what?
I was about to say they have some history.
Yeah, these two got some history. They've battled before, and this one is no different. They're throwing some violent shots at one another. Ilya's throwing headbutts. Dunn's doing some classic joint manipulation. Both men are wearing each other down with the strongest offense they can even throw at each other. And we go deep into the match with them just going back and forth. Ilya hits a Constantine special on Pete Dunne, then goes to the H-bomb, 1, 2, but Pete Dunne kicks out at 2, just barely got that shoulder up. So Ilya realizes he needs to go bigger. He goes to the top, or goes to the second rope, and he jumps off for the second H-bomb on Pete Dunne. 1, 2, 3. Ilya retains.
Nice.
But now it's time for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Liv Morgan defends against Rhea Ripley with a special guest referee of Dominic Mysterio.
This is big time.
This is big. This is big fight feel. So both women are in the ring. Dom's in the middle, and Liv's kind of giving some looks to Dom, saying, as to say, like, you know what to do. Just do the thing you need to do.
Don't be Dom. Don't screw it up.
And so the match begins, and it seems like Dom's going to call it down the middle. He's not seeming, at least initially, like he's going to favor Liv.
Nice. Okay.
So Rhea and Liv, they put on a great performance. They're hitting some moves. They're going crazy. But after a while, Liv goes outside and grabs a chair. and she brings it into the
Liv.
ring.
Come on.
And she's about to use it on Rhea. She's getting ready. She's in the stance. She's about to use it, but Dom steps in front. Dom puts his hands on the chair, and Liv looks confused. She starts asking Dom, "What are you doing, Dom? This is all part of the plan. What are you doing? You're a referee for a reason." Dom, he has his hands on the chair, and then Rhea attacks Liv while Liv's distracted by Dom. Dom drops the chair, it goes into the ground, and then Rhea grabs Liv, hits a riptide on Liv. 1, 2, but somehow Liv kicks out. It wasn't a fast count or a slow count, it was a normal count.
Okay.
And Liv just kicks out of the riptide. Nobody can believe it. The crowd's going crazy. So now we go a little bit later in the match, and Liv's trying to pull herself up with the ropes, using the ropes, and Dom grabs the chair. And it looks like he's going to hand it to Liv. He goes over, he stands there, and he's got the chair in his hands. And Liv's like waving him over, like, "Give me the chair. This is our moment. This is our last chance to do it." But Dom hesitates.
No, Dom.
He turns, and he hands the chair to Rhea. Liv is stunned, and so is Rhea. Liv starts berating Dom, just screaming, like, "What are you doing, Dom?" And then Rhea takes the chair and smacks Liv in the face with it.
Oh my god.
Just completely knocking her out. Rhea covers her, and Dom counts the 3.
Oh my
1,
goodness.
2, 3. Rhea wins back the world title after just a month. And after the match, Dom hands Rhea the world title, but he's a little hesitant at first to hand her the world title, and then he does, and then he starts to walk away. But Rhea stops him, puts her arm on his shoulder, turns him around, and they embrace. They hug, and the crowd erupts in cheers. And Rhea picks Dom up, and they celebrate.
Oh, nice.
Wow. What a turn of events.
Mommy's back.
Mommy is back. So after all of that drama, we go backstage to see a real man in the locker room, CM Punk. He's getting ready. He's got the tape on his wrist. He's doing the wrist thing that he always does. I don't know what it's called. He's just like rolling his wrist around or whatever.
Yeah.
He's getting ready, and Cody Rhodes comes in. And they go face to face. Cody's not backing down. Punk's not backing down. And Cody says, "He can't wait to see Punk make a fool of himself one more time." And Punk says he's going to go out there, he's going to win back his title, and then he's going to come back here, and he's going to knock that stupid tattoo off of Cody's neck.
Somebody needs to.
And Cody just smiles, and he says, "Good luck." And now it's main event time. We got the World Heavyweight Champion Carmelo Hayes defending against CM Punk. Melo comes out strong, but Punk's got something to prove. He just had that interaction with Cody. He's angry. He starts rocking Melo with some knees. He's hitting some back fists. He's doing everything he can. He's going back to ECW Punk. He's pulling out moves he hasn't pulled out in 20 years.
Man.
He's hitting moves on Melo Melo's never seen. But he can't put Melo away the whole match. Melo keeps getting some offense in. He keeps kicking out. Punk just can't seem to get him down. So Punk grabs Melo, puts him on his shoulders for the GTS when Cody makes his way out to the stage.
Of course he does.
So he stands on the stage and he's just smiling. Punk gets distracted. Melo slips off the back of Punk. He rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Carmelo Hayes retains.
Oh, man.
He steals the title. You didn't want Punk to win either.
Your whole main event scene I don't like. You know that.
That's the point. So Melo retains. He steals the world title again. And Cody just comes down the ring. He's slow walking. He's clapping for Punk. Punk's on the ropes. Like he's on the lane across the bottom rope. He's just seething at Cody Rhodes. And Cody gets to the apron. Punk's just staring angrily at Cody's just clapping and laughing and smiling as the show goes off the air. The credits roll, or the copyright thing comes up, and that's how we end Bad Blood.
Goodness gracious.
Melo's still the champ. Rhea's the new champ with now Dom on her side, and Dom and Rhea are face. That was a face turn for Dom.
I figured.
Okay, I didn't know if I made it seem like it was a heel turn, and Liv was the face, but no, it's a face turn for
No.
Dom.
No, that makes
Okay,
sense.
okay.
Interesting.
But now it's time for Backlash.
Yep. So Backlash is coming up. We're going to start with our pre-show match because I always have to have a pre-show match. It is going to be the 8-man tag between Jordan Grace, Bianca Belair, Bailey, and
They couldn't get on
Natalya.
the show?
I didn't have enough room, man. I got too many matches. And they're going to take on Culture Shock. And it's your typical 8-man tag. I mean, everybody gets in, everybody's kind of fighting, but it ends with Natty in the ring and Naomi in the ring. And Natty's trying to lock in the sharpshooter, but Naomi reverses, kicks her into Lash, who hits the Lash extension on her. And then Naomi goes up and hits a split leg moonsault. Pins Natalya. 1, 2, 3. Culture Shock survives. They move on. They finally end this feud with Grace and Belair, and they win the match in the pre-show.
The lash extension's that big forearm that she throws, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm imagining.
Okay. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Just wanted to make sure I was on the same page.
Yes. And then, we're going to start off Backlash, the actual show, with the number one contender Intercontinental Gauntlet match.
Ooh.
And the
start.
first two men to come out are The Miz with JD and Omos and Rey Mysterio.
Of course.
These guys cannot leave each other alone. And so they start out. Miz and Rey are just, at this point, just tired of each other. They start kicking each other in the legs. They start going back and forth. Eventually, Rey goes and hits the drop kick into Miz, into the ropes. He's going to he hits the 619, but Omos grabs his foot when he's trying to jump off the ropes on the Miz. So he's holding on. Rey's trying to kick him off. He eventually kicks him off. Then he sees JD coming around the other side. So he dives off a crossbody on the JD, gets back up, climbs up to the top rope, goes for the crossbody on the Miz, but misses. And then he gets caught in the Skull Crusher finale. 1, 2, 3. The Miz beats Mysterio in the first stage of the gauntlet. The next man to come out is the Money in the Bank champion holder, Finn Balor. He comes out, and right away he starts going right at the Miz. Hits a sling blade out of nowhere. He starts just taking it to the Miz. He sees that Omos tries to get involved, so he goes and drop kicks him through the ropes. Hits him. Omos hits right into JD. So they're both down. The Miz tries to hit the clothesline in the corner, but Finn dodges it. He comes back in with a drop kick in the corner that knocks Miz down. Miz rolls out, and Balor goes up for the coup de grace. Hits the coup de grace. 1, 2, 3. Finn Balor pins the Miz, and the Miz is gone. Next up, going up against Finn, is Solo Sikoa. So Solo comes out, and they start brawling, and he's kind of got an advantage. He's bigger than Finn, so he hits a Samoan drop on Finn. He hits a bunch of different moves, hits the hip check in the corner on Finn. Finn's trying to find a way to break out of it. He's setting him up for the Samoan spike. He goes for it, but Finn rolls through it, ducks under it, rolls through, gets him in a quick pin. 1, 2, 3, catches Solo out of nowhere with the quick pin. Finn moves on to the next stage, but when he turns around, Solo hits him with a super kick.
Nice.
He picks Finn up, hits the Samoan spike on Finn. Finn's down, and the next guy to enter the ring is Aleister Black, and he makes his way down to the ring. He slides in the ring. He sees that Finn's laid out. Finn's trying to make it back to his feet. Aleister looks at him, hits the fade to black on Finn. 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black pins Finn and advances. And the next guy out is Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn makes his way out, and they have a barn burner match. This is the first time that the match really starts taking off. So they go back and forth. Sami Zayn's hitting Alistair with a bunch of moves. Alistair's hitting Sammy with a bunch of moves. He gets up on the second rope and hits the knees to the sternum on Sammy. Sammy hits him with a Blue Thunder out of nowhere. They're going back and forth. Sammy gets him in, throws him in the corner, goes for the haluva kick. Black dodges it. He's setting him up for the fade to black. He spins to kick it, but Sammy ducks him, and he rolls him up, goes for the 1, 2, 3, but Black kicks out at 2. We come back around. Black gets back up. Sammy gets up, and he hits the fade to black on Sammy. 1, 2, 3. Sammy's done. Hits the fade to black on Sammy, and Sammy's out. So now the next man up in the gauntlet match is Damian Priest.
Oof.
And Damian Priest comes out, and he's going at Alistair. These two have had a big time history. So they're going back and forth. And Alistair tries to go for the knees in the corner, but Priest catches him into a powerbomb position and hits a powerbomb on him. Then he goes up to the top rope, and he hits a crossbody off the top rope on Aleister Black. And then he sets him up for that Razor's Edge finisher. He goes for it, but Aleister Black reverses at the back, goes for another fade to black, but Priest dodges it again this time, catches him in a choke slam, hits the choke slam on him, hits it, and then he goes up. He gets up to the top rope. He hits a splash off the top rope on Aleister Black to really put him away. Pins him 1, 2, 3, and Damian Priest moves on in the Intercontinental Number One Contender Gauntlet match. So then we hear Logan Paul's music, and he's making his way down the ring, and he's just dancing, he's laughing, he's getting in Priest's mind, but Priest didn't realize Aleister Black was still in the ring. When he turns around, he gets hit with the fade to black.
Oh no!
From Aleister, and then Aleister kind of like looks at him, and then leaves. Logan Paul gets right into the ring, gets up to the top rope, hits the frog splash off the top, pins Damian Priest 1, 2, 3. Logan Paul wins against Damian Priest, and it looks like he's going to win the gauntlet. But there's still one more guy left. And that last guy, whoop that trick. And he makes his way out, and they just tear the house down. Logan Paul, Trick Williams, they go back and forth. He hits a crossbody off the top. Logan kind of rolls through. They kind of get into this like back and forth pinning combination where they're both kind of pinning each other. Eventually, Trick tries to go for the trick shot. Logan dodges it, goes for the roll up. Doesn't get it, but he hits a super kick on Trick. So then he's setting up. He's trying to get the brass knucks out. And he gets him put on, and he's going for it. But Trick hits him with the trick shot before he can hit the hit the brass knucks. He goes for the pin on Logan Paul, but Logan Paul gets his feet on the rope. Trick can't believe it. He's talking to the ref. He goes back over to get Logan Paul, but as he's picking Logan up, he hits him with the brass knucks, and the ref didn't see it. The ref didn't know he had the brass knucks on. So he hit Trick with the brass knucks and knocked Trick out. He climbs up to the top rope, hits the frog splash on Trick. 1, 2, 3. Logan Paul of the Vision wins the gauntlet match and is the new Intercontinental number one contender. So now we got Logan Paul in the Intercontinental title picture. So that should be interesting. Then we move on to the World Tag Team Championship triple threat match. Lucha Bros defend against War Raiders and the House of Black. It starts out pretty much with Lucha Bros taking out everybody. Super kicks. Phoenix does a huge top rope dive, like a senton dive, on all the members of the match on the outside. So they're taking it to them. They're going back and forth. The legal guys are Penta and Andrade. That's a big time rivalry. They got a lot of history in their past. They're going back and forth. And then the War Raiders come in and they take out both guys. They're getting ready to hit their tag team finish when all of a sudden the New Day come out and they start beating down the War Raiders.
Oh, unbelievable.
And taking out the War Raiders. and they throw them both out of the ring, and they start attacking them on the outside. That distraction caused everybody to kind of not know what was going on. So Andrade gets back up, turns around, gets caught in the cradle pile driver. 1, 2, 3. Lucha Bros survive. Phoenix hit a super kick on Karrion Kross so he couldn't get back in the ring. And the Lucha Bros are still the World Tag Team
All
Champions.
right.
So then we move on to the Women's U.S. Championship. It's Becky Lynch defending against Tiffany Stratton. And they come out, and Becky just starts dominating her at the beginning. She's hitting her with suplexes left and right. She's doing everything she can to win this match. But Tiffany ends up coming up, hits her. Tiffany gets thrown in the corner, but Becky runs in, and Tiffany catches her with a big boot, hits her with a crossbody off the second rope. She starts to get the momentum. She starts hitting her with everything. She hits a suplex, sets her up for the prettiest moonsault ever. She goes up for it. Becky dodges it, but she lands on her feet. She goes back in to hit Becky, but Becky dodges her, and throws her in the corner. When Tiffany comes back out from hitting the corner, she gets caught in the Bexploder, gets hit with the Bexploder, but then Becky's not done, and she locks in the arm breaker. What's she call that?
Disarmer.
Disarmer. That's right. Hits her with the disarmer. Tiffany tries to hold on as long as she can, but she taps out, and Becky survives and is still your U.S. champion. Then we go to the back, and we see John Cena in the trainer's room. He took a pretty nasty shot by the Vision last week, and so they're just checking him out. And Bischoff comes in, and he just tells Cena that he just wishes him good luck tonight, and that he hopes that eventually Cena will see the vision that he sees, and he leaves. So now we got the street fight between the Vision of Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed taking on RKAJ. And we have the Vision coming out first with Paul Heyman. But just out of nowhere, when they're making their way down the ring, Orton and AJ both attack him. AJ's taking out Bronson. Orton's taking out Braun Breaker. They start brawling. Orton grabs a chair, starts beating down Braun Breaker with the chair. AJ tries to throw Bronson Reed into steel steps, but Bronson Reed reverses and throws AJ into steel steps. Then Bronson makes his way over to try to take out Orton, but Orton hits him with the chair in the gut and then hits him in the back with the chair. But then when Orton turns around, he gets speared through the barricade by Braun Breaker. So then Orton's down. So then the Vision start taking advantage of AJ. They start beating on AJ. They set up the table on the announce table on the outside ready. They put AJ on it. Braun Breaker holds him down, and AJ's laying out, and Bronson gets up to the top rope for a tsunami, all the way to the announce table. And just when it looks like he's going to hit AJ with tsunami, Orton comes back in, attacks Braun, starts laying him out. Bronson still goes for the tsunami, but AJ dodges it. So Bronson goes tsunami's the announcer's table and gets knocked down. AJ starts helping Orton take out Braun. They put him back in the ring. AJ sets a table up in the corner of the ring. They're going to try to put Braun through it. But Braun reverses. He suplexes Orton into a trash can that's in the corner. Then him and AJ are going at it back and forth. AJ starts hitting the punches where he does the punch combo and then he tries to do the spinning back fist. So he goes for the spinning back fist. Braun catches him in a suplex and throws him over the top rope suplex to the outside. So then it's left with Braun and Orton in the ring. They go back and forth. Braun starts setting him up for the spear. Orton catches him in the RKO, hits the RKO. He's getting ready to go for the pin when all of a sudden out of nowhere, Bronson comes back in. He finally got back up, takes out Orton, beats him down, knocks him down, hits him with a power slam, and then gets up top, hits a tsunami on Orton, gets ready to pin him, but then Braun says, no, it's not done yet. So he tells Bronson to hold him by the table. Braun gets up, hits the spear through the table and on through Orton. Orton's down the table. Bronson sees AJ trying to get back up. He goes and lays runs through AJ, knocks AJ back out to the outside of the ring. Braun pulls Orton out of the wreckage and pins him 1, 2, 3. Division ended up beating RKAJ in the
Man.
street fight. So that's a big time move. That's a big time win for the Vision
Yeah.
over two established guys on the Raw roster. So now we go to the Intercontinental Championship match. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus, and this is just a brawl. This is two guys that are just going to beat the snot out of each other. It goes back and forth. Sheamus is smacking Drew. Drew's smacking Sheamus. It eventually leads to Sheamus catching Drew and hitting him with the white noise. He's setting up for the bro kick, but Drew dodges it, hits the Glasgow kiss right to Sheamus's nose, breaks his nose,
Ooh.
knocks Sheamus down. Then he sets him up for the Claymore, hits the Claymore on Sheamus, pins Sheamus 1, 2, 3, and Drew is still the Intercontinental Champion,
How come
beating
Sheamus can't get
Sheamus.
out of a rivalry without having an injury?
Right, he gets hurt, man.
he got
He's
destroyed
old.
against Bronson. He gets a broken nose against Drew.
Yeah, he's old, man. What do you expect? So now we got our Women's World Championship last woman standing match. It's Jade and Charlotte, and they go at each other. This is a heated rivalry. They go back and forth. Jade's trying to take out Charlotte. They're using different kind of weapons. They're trying to use the other announce table that's still left standing, but Charlotte fights off Jade before they can do that. So they keep hitting each other with. Charlotte got a kendo stick out. She's hitting Jade with that. Jade finds a trash can lid, hits Charlotte in the head with that. They're going back and forth. They start making their way up the ramp. There was a few near counts here and there where it gets like 7 or 8. They start moving up the ramp. They go back and forth. Eventually, Charlotte hits Jade with the big boot that knocks Jade down, and she's on the edge of the stage. And so Charlotte's looking at her, and she's going to hit a spear on her. But she runs in for the spear, but Jade catches her with a kick to the face. Then Jade grabs Charlotte, and she goes up and hits, and she looks over. She sees that they have the little side part of the stage there
Mm-hmm.
where they can fall.
Yeah.
And she throws, and she takes Charlotte, sets her up for the Jaded, does the Jaded off the stage, through the little area there with all the electrical stuff and
Oh
everything.
man.
Lays them both out. The ref starts counting. He gets to 9, and Jade just stands up on her feet before 10. And Jade
Wow. That's pretty
keeps her
crazy.
title, beats Charlotte in the last woman standing match, and now Jade is still your women's champion. And now it's time for the main event,
Oh, here we go.
the WWE Championship of John Cena taking on the visionary of the Vision, Seth Rollins, with Paul Heyman. So this is obviously a big fight feel. You get the announcing, you get everything that goes along with it. It starts out, and it's a back and forth match at the start. Cena starts kind of hitting his moves on Seth, but Seth keeps making the comebacks here and there. There's one point when Seth's near the ropes, and Cena tries to pick him up, and he does that where he's like got his hands twisted on the rope, like the corner,
Mm-hmm.
and then he flips him and he lands on his feet.
Yeah.
So they do that spot. Cena eventually hits the protoplex. He goes for the five knuckle shuffle, but Rollins kicks him in the head while he's laying there. So that knocks Cena back. Then Seth hits a super kick. He tries to set up for the stomp, but Cena dodges it and tries to lock in the STF. But Seth grabs the ropes and gets out of there. Cena hits another protoplex on him. He goes for the five knuckle shuffle this time, and it works. Hits that. He's setting up for the FU. He goes for the FU, but Seth throws him over, but Seth lands on his feet again. This time hits the super kick, but this time he goes for the pedigree, hits the pedigree on Cena, goes for the pin. 1, 2, and Cena kicks out. So Seth's like, okay, now he's setting him up for the stomp in the corner. So this time he goes for the stomp, but Cena catches him with a clothesline out of nowhere. So now Cena gets back up. He's about ready to go for another FU. He picks up Rollins. Rollins reverses again, elbows to the face. He falls behind Cena. He runs in to hit Cena again. He goes for another super kick. Cena catches his foot this time, and he locks in the STF on Rollins. Rollins is stuck in the middle of the ring. Paul Heyman gets up on the apron, and the ref starts trying to get Paul Heyman down, and then Seth taps out in the match, but the ref doesn't see it because Heyman's distracted him, so Cena lets go. Cena walks over to Paul Heyman and is trying to get Paul Heyman down. When he turns back around, Seth catches him with a super kick, but Cena bumps into the ref with his elbow and knocks the ref down. So now the ref's out, Cena's out, Seth's down. So they're all laying there, and all of a sudden Logan Paul starts making his way down the ring.
Oh, no.
And Logan Paul's got the brass knucks on his hand again from earlier. And so he gets up on the apron. He springboards. He's got springboard and hits Cena in the face with him. Cena gets back up. But when he springboards, he jumps. Cena dodges him. And then when he turns back around, Cena catches him in the SDF and locks it in. But when he locks in the SDF, Logan Paul had threw the brass knucks to Seth in the corner. And Cena didn't see him do that. So he's got the STF locked in on Logan Paul. Logan Paul's tapping out. He's crying. The ref's still knocked down. Cena sees that Seth's getting up, so he lets go of the attack. Seth goes for the brass knucks, but Cena catches him, hits the FU, goes for the pin. 1, 2, but the ref's not there. The crowd's counting. 1, they're up to 5, 6. Cena can't believe it. He goes to get the ref up. He's trying to wake the ref up in the corner. He turns around. And Seth's trying to get him back up. He goes to pick Seth up for another FU, but Seth catches him with the brass knucks in the face. He goes back. He hits the pedigree on Cena. He goes for the pin. The ref's kind of crawling over there. The ref goes 1, 2. Cena kicks out again. Seth can't believe it. He's shocked. He thought the brass knucks would finally do it. So he gets back up. He's going to go for the brass knucks again. But this time Cena catches him again in the STF. He tries to lock it in, but Seth's fighting it. The brass knucks had fell to the apron, and the ref's still kind of out. Logan Paul sees the knucks, grabs the knucks, and hits Cena in the head with them while he was trying to lock in the STF on Seth. So Cena's knocked down again. Seth gets back up. Cena's trying to get back to his feet. He gets hit with the stomp. Seth goes back for the pin. He's doing the thing where he's like, remember the Heist of the Century where he's like, his feet are kicking?
Yeah.
He's like trying to get the pin so bad. The ref gets back. He sees it. He goes back down. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins beats John Cena.
All right.
The Vision has the WWE Championship.
I was right.
Cena's out. He rolls outside the ring. Seth Rollins stands tall. Logan Paul gets in the ring. He's trying to help Seth up. He's giving him the title. Paul Heyman's freaking out. He's grabbing Seth, hugging Seth. Breaker and Bronson Reed both make their way out. They get in the ring. They all raise their hands, raise their arms while Seth's holding up the title in the ring. Rollins does the spinning title over his head thing. And then they're all standing tall. And then you see Cena in the aisleway. And he's doing the sad scene.
No, not sad Cena.
Yeah, he can't believe he lost the match. He's busted open from the brass knuck shot. He's sitting there. He can't believe that he got cheated out of the WWE Championship. And then Seth sees him and goes over to the ropes, stands on the ropes, holds the title up. Paul Heyman's pointing at him. Everybody's pointing at him, saying that this is the new face of the WWE as we end Backlash with the Vision standing tall and Seth Rollins as our new WWE champion.
Man,
So pretty intense.
Bischoff's gonna have a field day on Raw.
Oh, Bischoff's excited. He might have a little Hofty going. Who knows?
He's gonna have to call back Godfather in the Ho Train.
Yes. So he's pretty excited. So the Vision is now running Raw.
And the club's running SmackDown, man.
It's weird how we both have the same kind of thing going.
Yeah, but you don't have a douchey leader like I do.
You don't think Seth's douchey?
Not as much as Cody. Have you seen what Cody's been doing?
He's a dick. I wouldn't call him douchey. He's just a dick. How many times can we say dick on this podcast? That's what I'm saying. Okay. Well, that was pretty intense for the month of May.
That was the month of May and Just Book It. Next episode, we've got the month of June, which is only going to be 2 weeks, plus the pay-per-view, which is Night of Champions, right?
Yep. June is split into it's going to be 2 different episodes. We got 2 weeks, and then we're doing the joint pay-per-view Night of Champions, where all the championships in WWE will be defended from both Raw and SmackDown. And then the episode after that will be the 2 weeks that lead into bragging rights, where it will be Raw versus SmackDown.
Ooh.
So this next month is going to be a lot of culminating things together for both of us. So starting wait. The brand war.
And we're building right to the draft.
Yep. And then right after bragging rights will be the draft.
So. The landscape will change.
Yes, it will.
But that has been another episode of Just Book It. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave it a like, leave a comment, and follow us on Spotify, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook at Brothers Wrestling, Twitter, Brothers Wrestling, all kinds of different things. And we will see you in the next Just Book It.
Peace.